Brought to you by War Thunder. I love Team Fortress 2. More specifically, I love Demoknight. I've played Demoknight more than anything else, and not by a small amount. Look at this entire channel. It's pretty rare for me to talk about something that isn't Demoknight related. I enjoy taking it seriously. I enjoy finding tiny optimizations. I enjoy perfecting my craft. I enjoy teaching others how to get better at it. So why don't I play competitive? I've always wanted to play Demoknight in a coordinated, skilled environment. There's just one problem. Demoknight isn't meta.
Air shot.
Oh, holy shit! What? You saved me! Oh my god! Got on the point, Harvey's down, he's got the overstock, and Harvey got the second overstock! Oh my god! Oh, Blue Johnson! He's done it! They've eliminated Team Infinity!
Oh boy, this'll be difficult. Competitive TF2 is known for having a stale metagame. At least, that's how it appears at first glance. Watch any 6v6 game and you'll always see players using the exact same classes for a good chunk of the time.
They're leaving big Just let them leave. Let them leave. Oh,
oh fucking beast! Beast!
Some situations do call for different classes, such as Heavy or Engineer, but for the most part, these four are king. The reasons why are pretty complex, but don't worry, this will be explained as the video continues. For now, just know that default Demoman, not Demoknight, is really good. How good? It's always used, 100% of the time. He never swaps to anything else. Default Demoman consists of a grenade launcher of some kind and a sticky bomb launcher, which is arguably the best weapon in the entire game. Not counting the medic's medigun, which isn't really a weapon per se, but that's another topic for later. Meanwhile, a Demoknight will typically forgo all ranged weaponry for a melee-only playstyle. I'm well known for being verbose, so I'll try to be brief. These two items provide passive buffs, which make melee combat easier. The shield grants a charge attack, which lets you move extremely fast for a short time, after which it goes on cooldown for a few seconds. Melee swings on their own are pretty weak compared to other weapons. It's almost half the damage of a point-blank scalagun shot. You can't just hold W at people and expect it to work. You'll die in an instant. But time a melee swing near the end of the charge and it deals a massive number. Indeed, it kills most of the game's classes in one hit, and it's this quirk that makes Demoknight a real threat. The katana is also worth mentioning because it heals you after every kill. Go on a rampage and you'll tank more damage than anyone else on the server. There's also the Highlander, but save that for later. Somewhat recently, a player named Odin decided to participate in ETF2L, the European TF2 League, with a bunch of very experienced players. Odin ran full Demoknight, using the weapon set I just described. He managed to climb all the way to Division 1 before finally starting to struggle. For comparison, the highest I ever reached was mid, and I was using the sticky bomb launcher. In nearly 2 decades of competitive TF2, this is one of the most interesting things that's happened. Odin's romp through ETF2L has proven that Demoknight is a winnable strategy in most skill levels, despite forgoing the game's best weapon.
This guy should be raining fucking death upon us, okay? He is standing there with a fucking attack like this. Just fucking on the point. Yeah, you can fucking roll my team all you want. Okay, you roll my team. Congratulations. Well fucking done, bro, but look at this shit.
He inspired people to give Demoknight a more serious try. One of those people being H2, who you might know because he's another YouTuber. After having a bit of fun with Demoknight in some 6v6 matches, he decided to send a DM my way, asking if I'd be interested in joining a team. Not only because it'd be fun, but also because it'd make for some pretty epic YouTube content, in his words. 3 months later, I finally see the message. Oops. After finishing my latest video at the time, the underdog story began. And as you may have noticed, it's a pretty long story. I don't expect you to sit through the entire thing in one sitting, so I've split it into many chapters. Hopefully I can be your distraction at work for the next week or so. In this video, I will be showing you what it's like to play on a competitive team. Most TF2 players only play the game casually and have no idea what it's like. I'm going to participate in a 6v6 season of ETF2L as Demoknight, and I'm going to see how far I can get, using strategies that were borrowed from Odin, plus some of my own ideas. There will be challenges along the way. Some were very funny, some were annoying, some were both. 6v6 is not the only thing I'm playing. I'm also adding a different game mode for a bit of variety. I'm even going to use a strange weapon while doing it. Alright then, introduction over. Time to start practicing.
Alert! A tank has entered the area!
This is Upward last, though. No. The snail is back. Today's sponsor, War Thunder, is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, available on PC, consoles, and more recently, a mobile version. This version of the game features intuitive controls, great visuals, and the familiar multiplayer warfare you'd expect from War Thunder, including the X-ray view. Both versions of the game include this feature where you can see exactly what happens when you destroy a vehicle, showing you which components were destroyed and which crew members were hit. If you're a fan of military history, you'll find yourself immersed. Excellent graphics while still performing well on low-end machines. A deep customization system. 2,500 highly detailed tanks, planes, helicopters and ships from 10 major nations. Use biplanes and armoured cars from the 1920s or today's fighter jets and battle tanks. Again, the game is free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox and mobile. Use the link in the pinned comment or description to claim a massive bonus pack. Available for new and returning players who haven't played for at least 6 months on PC and consoles. The bonus pack includes multiple premium vehicles, an exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor, 100,000 silver lions, and 7 days of premium account status. Available for a limited time only. It's time for the first scrims. Scrimmages as in practice matches. My only worry is that I've never played with these people before. I already know that H2 isn't garbage because he's a jumper main. In other words, he likes to play on rocket jump maps. A good chunk of his videos are about said maps and world record times. He seems knowledgeable about the game, so no worries there.
If we're walking out here, if you see the enemy team roll out Valley, instantly charge.
But I've never played with Gregory or Flares H Money. Their skill level is a complete mystery to me. For all I know, it could be a total disaster. But there's only one way to find out for sure, and that's to actually play the games. The other problem is that we only have 4 people. That's not enough for a team of 6, obviously, but that's where mercs come in. Extra players who aren't guaranteed to join the team, but they just want to play some TF2. We're missing a scout and a medic, so those are the slots we're filling in. I expected things to go terribly from the start, but it went well. Our opponents were not too pleased, though. Before I get into that, though, let's talk charge jitter. If your frame rate is too high, this is what happens. Turns out that's my bad, and I just needed to lower it a bit. The game's FPS limiter is a bit inaccurate, so the number shows up as 580. This did fix the jittering issue, but there's other problems to consider. In a previous video, I talked about how charge turning varies depending on the frame rate. Higher frame rates result in better turns. And because we need to avoid the jitter problem, we have to set it as high as possible before the game starts breaking, basically. And in case it wasn't obvious, this is a really big number. My computer isn't powerful enough to maintain 600 FPS all the time. Sure, it reaches that number sometimes, like when I spawn in or when most of the players are dead, but during fights it frequently drops to around 300. You might think that playing on 300 FPS would still be better than playing on 100, but no, it scales weirdly. It's quite bizarre. It looks like the opposite of a bell curve, going down in the middle. Perhaps a set of arrows will make things more clear. If your frame rate is fluctuating, your charges may as well be random. This randomness has cost me so many kills across this entire video that I'm not very happy about it, to say the least. I could lock my frame rate to 60 to bypass this problem. For whatever reason, enabling the mouse filter setting while at 60 FPS gives you massive turns just like at 600. The problem is that I have to play at 60 FPS. If you're like me and you've used a 240Hz monitor for a long time, going back to 60 feels terrible. As a third solution, some of you are probably wondering why I haven't mentioned turn binds. Basically, you can bind some buttons to turn your camera, and this lets you charge turn better because sauce spaghetti. I would use them, except they're not allowed by the league. They're explicitly banned. Not just for Demoknight, but for several other reasons as well.
Unacceptable.
So, I only have two options. 60 FPS, or try to hit 600. Very dumb, very annoying, but I've decided. Potato graphics it is. If you don't like how the game looks, tough. I can't do much about that, sorry. Thankfully though, competitive TF2 servers save replays called STVs. I'll be showing them off throughout the entire video, so hopefully the low graphics aren't too big of a deal. You can make the game look way worse than this, but the funny thing is that most of these mods don't even give a noticeable FPS gain, meaning it's just for show. I will hide the weapon models though. This lets me see more of the game at the cost of being a bit worse to look at in the video. Again, sorry. You should still be able to tell what's going on though, thanks to the replays I've saved, and also because you only need to hit one swing most of the time anyway. You'll see me charge towards someone and they'll just die in front of me. The first team we practiced against basically got rolled and lost. They stuck around for a bit, got rolled again, and stopped playing. So we found a different team to play against and played for several hours in total.
Whoops! That was not medicine!
I'm going across Riot House now.
Oh!
Nice.
Nice.
Oh my god, I'm the fucking scroll, I'm the scroll!
Oh! He's the scroll!
I'm the scroll! I'm the
Freak!
What this guy?
For the noobs in the audience, here's a quick explanation of how the game mode works. Most matches of 6v6 take place on control points, so I'll explain this one first. The objective is to capture all of the land on the map. That's the easy part. I'm pretty sure that most people understand that standing near the glowing circle helps you win. When all 5 points are in possession, that team wins one round. Under ETF12's rules, it's first to 5 rounds, with a 30-minute timer. If the match timer runs out, the team with the most round wins is victorious. It really makes me wonder why Valve, the makers of TF2, went for a best of 3 format instead. They really should have just copied what worked, but that's a topic for another time. There's also a 5-minute stalemate timer, alongside the 30-minute match timer, ticking down at the same time. Whenever this timer runs out, neither team wins and the round restarts. In the vanilla game, this is set to 10 minutes, which is extremely long, and it results in a lot of camping from both teams. Looking at you, 7. Control points must be captured in sequence, only 2 of them are active at a time. It's a back and forth struggle, sort of like a game of football. But it's not a constant offense. Sometimes you need to defend, and prepare for the enemy team to walk in. It really tests your game knowledge because at one moment you need to push in, at other times you need to hold back and relax for a bit. Doing the wrong thing at the wrong time will be your team's demise. At the start of a control points game, both teams start at opposite ends of the map, and they have to navigate to the middle area, or mid. On a typical team, the demo man will do explosive jumps on his way to mid. This damages him, but it lets him get there way faster. But on a Demoknight team, this isn't really a thing. Charges don't cause self-damage, they just have a cooldown. This means, on your way to mid, your teammates will have more health, either from the medic or from any health packs that you didn't pick up on your way there. The obvious downside is that the enemy demo man will typically arrive first before I can get there. I had a few good games of my own, getting more kills than deaths, but in others I wasn't doing so great. It's easy to feel discouraged, but even if you completely beef your crit swing and die, you can still contribute. In this case, I won a round. You're a 300 health pinata that the enemy team loves to shoot. Charging, point, got demo. Demo's weak as hell. I'm getting him.
Wait, they're just not looking.
Yeah, they're just looking at me. They're just...
Yeah, they're too busy looking at the guy with a sword. It's not blocking.
Powerful.
It's too power, man.
One of the most important things you need to realize when playing competitive is that you're not the main character. Winning in casual mode just consists of carrying worse players to victory. In competitive, this is not the case. You are one piece out of 6. You have your role and you must fill it. You are not better than anyone else on the team, unless you're medic, in which case you're the most important guy ever, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is that getting tons of kills is not the end goal. Capturing the control points is the end goal. Case in point, H2 tends to die a lot. Not because he's bad, but that's just the role he's filling in for the team. He has to be a big scary threat that the enemy team has to look at, kind of like me. On our team, it's going to be the scouts who get lots of kills. Looking back at this footage, I made a lot of cringeworthy mistakes. Some of these deaths aren't even bad execution, just bad decisions entirely. That is to be expected though, because I haven't played 6v6 in years. It's also worth mentioning that while I was playing in casual mode, I was using turnbinds. And since those are banned, I now have to resort to the high frame rate method. A lot of the muscle memory that I had developed in casual mode is just gone now, because I'm not using the keyboard to turn anymore. It's mouse only. Considering that my muscle memory is just gone, I also decided to raise my mouse sensitivity. Every time I launch the game, my mouse sense goes up by 0.01. While this may not sound like much, over the course of months this would raise my mouse sense from 2 to 4.5, over double. You might wonder why I decided to do this. Well, it's kind of obvious really. Demoknight is not super aim dependent. I mean, sure, missing crit swing sucks, but it is pretty generous compared to aiming a scatgun shot. The closer an enemy is, the faster they appear to move on your screen, so having a higher sense makes it easier to keep track of players, basically. To summarize, I'm kind of starting from scratch here. I'm playing at a higher skill level than usual, I'm using different settings, I'm using different ways to charge turn. This beginning chapter is rough. On this clip, I'm on Tetris, which is what we call this weird tower thing on Sunshine Mid. I'm looking to kill the enemy medic, but the enemy demo man just happens to be right here, in charging distance, and he is a very easy kill. Despite this, I go for a medic that I can't even see and I die. You can even hear flares asking me to charge the demo.
I got the demo. Can you charge demo in 3, 1?
It's as if some part of my brain is telling me to go for the epicest, awesomest play ever so I can put it in the video. Truly the Demoknight of all time. Well done. Communication is very important in a competitive setting, and in that instance I didn't listen. I'm clearly too used to zoning out in a casual setting and going for hero plays. And you know what, I'm not even done complaining. Let's talk about maps. Process is one of my favourite maps in the entire game. I used to spend entire days just playing here. There are so many ramps, rocks and other things you can use to fling yourself around. You know, trimping. Unfortunately, when I started playing our scrims, a certain trimp wasn't working anymore. No matter how many times I tried, it just failed every single time. Why? Competitive leagues often run modified versions of maps. These modified maps are intended to fix issues, make certain improvements among other things. On Process, this involves changing collisions of certain rocks and other props. Some of these changes are quite good. Like on the vanilla version of Process, there's these sets of pipes that you can walk up and down. These behave as ramps so you can trimp up and down them. On the competitive version of Process, these invisible ramps were made visible, so players have a more intuitive understanding on how the collision works. Good change. Other changes are more questionable though, like these rocks on mid. You know what happened, someone edited the collision of these rocks and it broke the trimp spots. One of my favourite rollouts in the entire game was nerfed. Normally you just aim at the top of the rock and you go flying, but on the modified Process you have to hit the right side of the rock in a very specific way, otherwise it just doesn't work, you stop instantaneously. Not only is my muscle memory fried, I also have to relearn the maps. These sorts of things really do highlight how important scrims are though, because if we had just walked into our official matches on day 1 with no practice, I wouldn't have known about these issues and I would have lost immediately. Issues aside, the team still left day 1 with a pretty solid conclusion. This is a lot of fun.
It's a different kind of sixes.
It's a different kind of
Like
sixes.
Overwatch.
I'm not sure about that, actually.
Now that you put it that way, I'm quitting the team.
But it goes without saying that we didn't win every match. For every match where we absolutely demolish everyone and I get 4 kills on a mid-fight,
Got 4, let's go.
there's another match where my mental state deteriorates. Like, how is that even possible?
Charging failed. Charging soldier, no, god damn it, I suck.
10 years and nearly 3,000 hours of Demoknight, and I just charged into a wall like a complete idiot. Can I really blame the muscle memory for this one, or do I really just suck?
Oh! Okay. That was on me?
As I explained earlier, I was also struggling with the concept of working together as a team. I was, at times, playing like an idiot. Is it the fact that I need to keep track of 5 people talking at once? Is the highest skill level of my caring too much? Is my friend? Is this my team's fault, or am I just coping? I know it's not because I suck at Demoknight in general, because right after this match, I joined an Uncle Topia 12v12 server and we did this. Playing competitively is simply way harder than playing casually.
I trolled.
I didn't.
Never tried that jump ever.
In the first age, in the first battle, when the shadows first lengthened, one stood. He chose the path of perpetual torment. In his ravenous hatred, he found no peace, and with boiling blood, he scoured the umbral plains, seeking vengeance against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. And those that tasted the bite of his sword named him.
Boo. That was, depressing. This requires more context. I might as well tell you my life story so you're all up to speed. My journey with TF2 started right at the end of 2012. A friend from school recommended the game to me. By 2014, I was a die-hard Demoknight main. I was told about an exploit that granted full turn control while charging. I saw videos from 2 players, Flying Demoman and Raymer. Put simply, they inspired me. I really wanted to replicate the things I saw.
Girl, if you were naughty in heaven, would angels cry? Please don't pull the trigger, I know I'll show that I can make you mine. Don't pull the trigger.
If you are willing to go into the game and research it and mess around with your setup, then you can have incredible control. But if you just plug and play, you don't have that control. So it's kind of, yeah, it's unfair.
But my selfish quest for fun came at a cost. Other players were not having much fun at all. And so the glitch was patched. It was bound to happen eventually. It's commonly believed that Valve watched one of Star's videos where he explained how it worked.
If they made it so the Wii booties gave you absolute full control of a charge like this, I'd be fine with it, but as it stands right now, people with a better computer have an advantage over other people for no reason, or people who go out of their way to use scripts and other sort of cheaty methods.
The bug fix sparked a lot of complaining from Demoknight mains, including Star actually.
So, these gigantic crazy turns in the air? No, you can't do that anymore. Well, I did it because I modded my server because I missed it. It was so much fun to do before, and it's all gone, and it's kind of my fault. You can't do crazy stuff like this anymore and bounce off stairs and spin around in the air and come over here and kill these guys a little bit fancier. Sure, I could have just charged around those stairs and gone and got them in the same exact way, but that would not have been as fun.
If you're not familiar with Demoknight jank, you might be confused right now. If the exploit is patched, why did I spend the first chapter talking about it? As though it still exists. The update didn't actually fix it, it was more of a nerf than a fix. Granted, it was enough of a nerf to convince people that it was fixed, including myself. For the sake of this story, let's just assume the bug doesn't exist anymore. As far as I knew, it was gone. Soon after, the Love and War update adds a new shield, the Tide Turner. This was Valve acknowledging that having extra turning control is fun, raises the skill ceiling, and has a place in the game. Sadly, they somehow managed to make it even more busted than before. Why a refill stat? Who asked for that? Even novice Demoknights were getting ridiculous chain kills with the thing, because it still granted melee crit swings while charging. Over 10 years later, viewing this in retrospect, knowing the advanced techniques that would be discovered later, I believe that Demoknight was likely the best playstyle in the entire game, with only a small number of exceptions. The Tide Turner was banned from 6v6 play almost immediately after it was added. It was terrorizing public 12v12 games. As fun as it was, you can't let a select group of players hog all of the fun. A nerf was inevitable. By the end of 2015, Demoknight got hit by multiple nerf waves. The largest one occurred in the Tough Break update. This was not just a Tide Turner nerf. Almost every weapon, every mechanic, retooled. There were very few buffs to compensate. Anytime I see someone complaining or ranting about a weapon being nerfed, especially if it's a minor change to a weapon that's still good after the change, I laugh to myself. Because I remember the nerf nuke. Yes, nerfs were deserved, but at the time I was convinced that they went too far. The intention behind these changes was to break the stale Demoknight meta, to encourage players to use more of the shields and more of the swords, maybe even use the boots as well. I would have been fine with a Tide Turner nerf if there was another way to turn while charging, but the boots were not a replacement. They didn't even function correctly. No matter what I tried, I was stuck charging in a straight line. This item is supposed to multiply your turn control, but multiplying 0 by 3 results in 0. This item is garbage, I thought to myself. I had to choose between going for a one-shot with a sword but going in a straight line, or using the Tide Turner but not doing much damage at all. I chose the latter. I decided to place more attention on mobility and grenade usage, resulting in this loadout, one that I would practice religiously for years.
Really easy to be fragged. Samsky gets that frag.
What has he done? What is he made of? He just jumped Raptor with the charges one time to medic. That was insane.
I don't think there's a word in the English language to describe how hard Raptor just got destroyed, but it happened.
Solar carried you guys.
Solar was insane.
He's just an insane guy. He's just like, oh, shield.
I've never seen it. It's just
he actually spent like 2 years perfecting the Demoknight shield. I'm not joking. Before he started playing comp, he played it for 2 years straight, only that loadout, and he has perfected how to work it out.
He owned me like so hard, like multiple times. I just like can't do anything against it.
I wasn't just playing Demoknight in competitive, but I was definitely no-lifing it in 12v12 pubs. Demoknight only got one buff after Tough Break, a revert to one of the stupidest changes they ever made. And so, the mobility-focused sword joined my mobility loadout. Unfortunately, this item set has flaws. The playstyle mostly consists of spamming grenades, which begs into question why you wouldn't just use sticky bombs instead. Since the boots didn't even function correctly, I really didn't like how I was pigeonholed into using the one sword that paired well with it. I remember a time where you could dive bomb a medic from the sky and one-shot him. I didn't necessarily want that back, but a small buff wouldn't hurt, right? My struggles with Hybrid Knight continued until 2018, a significant time, not just because it was the year my 6v6 team split up, ending my 6v6 experience for a long time. It was the year when a unique tournament happened. Get it on! A 6v6 medieval mode tournament where most ranged weapons are completely banned. I got some friends together and things were going as expected.
He's literally carrying us!
Oh my god. Double carry.
Hard carry from SolarLight.
Godlike.
Just 4 doms.
Jesus Christ!
Just casually.
My ego had reached its peak. Surely this tournament is in the palm of my hands. And then Odin showed up. He kicked my ass. This player was different. Somehow he was obtaining better turns than me. I didn't understand. Odin made me realize that there was potential hiding behind an item that I was completely ignoring for years. As it turns out, there was a way to make this item grant a tangible, noticeable upside. I just didn't know how. The Iron Bomber would still have a special place in my heart, but from then onwards, it was time to experiment with the sword alone. One year later, in 2019, I attended the Insomnia Gaming Festival in England for the 4th time. I attended this LAN every year to see the best Sixes players in the world. Demoknight might not be viable in this arena, but I was still willing to play other classes. I ended up playing Scout that year. Weird, I know. I clearly still had appreciation for competitive TF2 despite not playing it that frequently anymore. After all, Valve dropped the ball with their competitive matchmaking a few years prior. I'll get to that later. It wasn't really my intention to stop playing competitive. I just couldn't be bothered to go asking a bunch of teams if I could join their rosters. I'd still attend the LAN events every year though. I only lived a few hours away, they were too funny to pass up, and I liked seeing my friends every time. It was like seeing your extended family, except instead of sitting awkwardly with nothing to talk about, you all have a shared interest. But my competitive drive went elsewhere. I had a favourite playstyle, and I wanted to master that specifically, regardless of my ability. And while I was doing that, I saw a particular meme involving a certain talking monkey, and I thought it was quite funny. After making a couple iterations on it and posting them on Twitter, I reached a level of Demoknight TF2 that I didn't know was possible. This is not the point where the meme blew up. Rather, it was the point where this channel started getting pushed into the algorithm. It started with 10,000 views. Neat. Then 70,000. I was not used to having this much attention on a video. My channel went from 2,000 subscribers all the way to 6,000 within the span of 4 days. Even Uncle Dane was amused. He pointed out that I somehow hit the YouTube recommended lottery. This was something that I definitely wanted to abuse going forward. This probably happened because I imitated the editing styles used in other videos by Swipes, among other YouTubers, as those videos had millions of views at the time. Plus, the title is simple and it really gets to the point. Some people believed it was a terrible idea, but simplicity is often better. The thumbnail tells the full story.
Everyone died! The end.
Most importantly, not many people had seen Demoknight at a high level, so it was novel and interesting. Apparently, it even influenced player habits for a bit. I took notes. I had a winning formula. A few months later, I would join a charity livestream under a certain alias, and all hell broke loose. It was everywhere. Other people started using it, which boosted the meme's momentum. Lazy Purple exposed it to millions of people, and a good chunk of this attention found its way back to the source. This channel, the thing I'm immensely grateful for by the way, was built using a shitpost as its foundation. This story is well suited to Team Fortress 2. You can try to take things as serious as possible, but at the end of the day, memes are what run the internet. Being skilled grants power. If you be a dumbass too, it grants fame. Very fitting, considering that most of the mercenaries can't even read. Jokes tend to die eventually. Even I've decided to not use it anymore in my titles. Some people would argue that it was never funny to begin with, but I tend to disagree. Nowadays though, after all these years, I feel a bit conflicted. People know me as the Demoknight guy, the man behind the meme. There are plenty of folks out there who are totally convinced that I'm the one, that there's no one better than me. As much as I'd like to boost my own ego, that simply isn't the case. The next season of 6v6 doesn't start for a couple months. 4 months. We started practicing extremely early, and it wouldn't make sense for me to talk about every single individual scrim. This video is already long enough as it is. However, I can show you a couple funny moments.
Can you hit like...
I can probably hit you right now if I do a good one.
Go on then. Go on then. Fucking hell.
Look at this.
Oh yeah, that's so fun.
Hi.
Wait, that's crazy.
Competitive TF2 isn't something people play just out of obligation to get better. The game's more casual player base often believes that the competitive scene just consists of a bunch of fun-hating losers.
Green, what's your problem, Green? Missile alone ramp. Missile alone ramp.
I won't deny that some people are unnecessarily rude or toxic, but the whole point of competitive TF2 is to have fun with your friends. Ironically, if I want to get better, I need to stop taking every single mistake so personally, and not let it get to my head. So, for a bit of fun, we decided to sign up for a different tournament. You know, while we waited for the next 6v6 season to start. Fortunately, ETF2L decided to host a 4v4 Pastime Cup. If you're not familiar, Pastime is basically a football type mode where teams score goals to win. The 4v4 version was created by the community and is played on very small maps to accommodate the smaller team sizes. It also has very specific rules, only allowing specific classes. The end result is a much faster version of Pastime that places a huge emphasis on movement tech and scoring goals, rather than getting kills, or building a sentry gun.
No, unacceptable.
I won't get into too much detail, but it's a fun game mode. Only 4 people can participate, but right now, our team only has 4 people signed up in the roster. Those people being me, H2, Gregory, and Flares. Nobody's getting left out, so that's nice. We also joined their Discord server and people immediately noticed. I like the message Discord randomly generated for me because it's very appropriate.
Let's try to hit someone.
I just hit that guy with the Ullapool Caber. It's a bit hard to tell because I had view models turned off. I would later turn the view models back on for Pastime specifically because it's easier to tell when you have the ball. But why am I using Caber of all things? Isn't that weapon terrible? Don't worry, there's a genuine reason for it. Remember, in 4v4 Pastime, you're mostly concerned with scoring goals, not getting kills. The Caber allows for all kinds of explosive jumps, which gives you more opportunities to score goals. Sure, it's only good for one jump, but the spawn door is often really close to the action, allowing you to quickly get a new one. Respawn times are also very short, so if you're stuck on the enemy side of the map and your charge is on cooldown, you can just press the kill bind and you'll respawn on your side of the map with a new Caber. It's also worth noting that you can pass the ball to teammates and it will home in on them. You can even use the kill bind as a tech if it's following you into the goal. That is incredibly cool, but I haven't mastered it yet. Oh, I want to do the kill bind. I'm also not using the Tide Turner, even though it grants massive mobility. That's because the Tide Turner is not allowed in 4v4 Pastime. Trust me, as someone who's used this weapon before it was even added technically, it's just too strong in this. Full Caber Knight with the splendid screen is my preferred way of doing things. But funnily enough, H2 was doubtful. What was that about Caber not being good, H2?
Yeah, clearly I'm fucking dumb. Clearly I'm wrong.
These matches took place in mixes. Basically, you get a Discord server, fill it with some friends or friends of their friends, and host matches with random teammates. That's why I'm playing against H2 in some of these clips.
Toss it back,
Sorry, you bitch. Oh, it's big.
What?
Oh,
I got two and scored off that. That's so funny.
He just went back to spawn and we saw.
No, I killed. What?
Oh, nice.
Maybe it's different.
There we go.
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
We also decided to play a pastime scrim against experienced players. Premiership players. Initially, I thought we were going to get absolutely steamrolled, but then it dawned on me that they've never played Pastime before.
Okay, so I have never played this game mode, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think either of us have.
This is Nubby. He's live streaming the match on Twitch.
Look at the demo, fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this guy's gonna be crazy, man.
Who's gonna win? The Premiership players who are masters of 6v6? Or the YouTuber team who might not be masters, but know how Pastime works?
I'm actually about to create a... Yeah, I created it.
So I get in.
Oh, I fucking suck. He passed it back to me.
Bill's most of me.
I airshot him. Bro.
Come back.
Press it, bro. No!
Nice. Get down.
Pass it to me, pass it. No, how is that not in, bro? Bro!
Oh my god, they fucking fuck. What the hell?
They just can't throw the ball in the hole.
Nice!
Yeah.
I'm on side.
Trimping in.
They're doing something crazy, watch out.
Oh my god.
No! No!
They fucked up. Nice!
I got it.
Nice.
No!
I'm sending it.
I'm going in.
No!
Oh, we got dunked on.
They're in.
No.
I got it.
In. There we go.
Bro, that guy knows some. Oh my. Okay, Sportman Gaming is the best fucking player. No, they got it. Oh my god.
He's in.
There we go.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck?
Oh, we won anyway. I was about to score. I was about to get my fucking point.
Nubby started off pretty badly, not knowing basic features of the game mode.
I'm so fucking shit.
By the second map, he was starting to learn.
Alright, we're actually wiping the floor with them.
Wait for in, yeah?
Damn, they've learned how to play the video game.
You saw this 1 HP. It's a shit pass. Oh, nah, it's over.
Oh, I blocked. I got it in anyway.
Nice.
Gonna kill you and then.
I'm going on.
Skip it up and
Solar has it. Solar's going for play.
He's in.
Get in. There we go.
Oh, the demo has it. Oh, he's doing the thing.
Nah, it's over, bro.
Nah.
You can pass behind.
I fake through it like 3 times in a row.
He's too good. He's so good. How is he paid for it? I'm on the side, my bad.
Go, Solar, go.
It's in the skybox.
Oh.
Oh.
The game-winning score.
Ready?
Pass it to me. Nah, fuck man. Pass it back. Pass it back. Nice!
Soldier on you. It's chasing you.
It's in.
Hold. Nice! Too fucking easy.
I'm gonna triple the ball actually.
Yeah, it's fair side.
That's dead. Score it. Win.
This is a wall bug. In TF2, you're able to stick to certain walls. This trick only works if the wall is angled diagonally on the map grid, and this map just happens to have 2 massive diagonal walls on each side.
Incoming! Thanks, soldier!
Nah, no!
Yeah, they're passing it to the wall bug. He's in, high.
That works? What the fuck?
Solar, go.
Let's hit 130.
In.
Nice.
Mission ends in 10 seconds.
I don't see the ball. Am I dumb?
No, it's on the wall bug spot. It's on the wall bug.
2, 1. Overtime.
He's trying to get a ball. Good.
I got the ball.
Red team is victorious.
I got it!
Nice. Oh, we just had to have the ball.
Wait, to actually beat these guys, let's fucking go.
Pastime.
This was initially a video about competitive 6v6 alone, but 4v4 Pastime is a seriously fun game mode, and I also learned a fair bit from Nubby. He was absolutely sucking at throwing the ball in the goal. He may have been annoyed with himself, but he persevered. He didn't go into the match with the expectation of playing perfectly, especially in a game mode he's unfamiliar with.
Bro, that guy knows some. Oh my. Okay, Sportman Gaming is the best fucking player.
He kept a smile on his face, he laughed things off, he didn't beat himself up about it.
I'm so fucking shit.
Okay, maybe a little, but not that much. In the end, he managed to pull off a game-winning play on Medic. This is the exact mindset I need to have. After all, I'm also playing in a game mode that I'm not familiar with. This whole experience has improved my mood and my confidence. So, pivoting away from Pastime for a moment, I'd like to talk about the next 6v6 scrim we had. Earlier I had a bad time for numerous reasons, many of which were my fault. But now, with a calmer mindset, I can focus on the video game. No panicking and no tilting.
Raining!
Cool if they walk through and I can charge him.
Walking now. Demo's walking now.
Oh!
Space
on, charging, scout.
Soldier airshot.
I forced them.
They forced. Okay, we place those beast back into them. They're gonna walk here, we go back.
On the med.
Oh, my bad.
Forced them.
We lost our player. The sniper's looking at me lower.
Where is he?
There's a soldier behind you.
He's on bats,
He's watching cross, I can't really.
I can jump him.
Charging him.
Solar's in.
Got him.
Nice.
Oh my god!
He's being soldier behind you.
I'm gonna charge Demo, he's dead.
Nice. Okay, we slowly by
Charging through. Got the med.
Okay, I'm getting capped. Can we just lift it?
No!
Got the medic.
Got the soldier.
Okay, we get this for free. We don't have to use it.
Charging the scout. Got him.
Oh, nice.
They have a gun on the left.
Gun still. They're doing that every time.
Someone took soldier.
I got the gun.
I'm walking left. I'm on their med.
I'm still not perfect. I still make mistakes. I still went for overly ambitious plays and missed because I'm treating the match like an Uncle Topia frag video. I still charged into a sticky trap that I knew was there, for some reason. But my mind was calm. I just acknowledged my bad plays and moved on. Except for this moment here. Charging the med, he overextended. Who launched him? It was H2. H2 launched him. Stinky medic launcher. It's very important to kill the enemy medic. If you're somehow unfamiliar with the video game, the medic can make his teammates invulnerable for roughly 8 seconds with Ubercharge. But it takes a long time for a medic to prepare an Ubercharge, and dying resets all of that progress. So if you weren't sure why I was running at the enemy medic and dying, it's because I was trying to either kill him or waste his Uber. And yes, wasting the enemy Uber is worth dying for. After all, if we have Uber and they don't, it's a massive advantage. An Uber advantage. Charging med. Got med. Dropped him.
Nice. That is full advantage.
I'm lower.
You play to win the game.
going to have to glue you back together in hell!
In other news, we made a team rage quit.
Victory.
Wait, what?
What? And so begins the rage quit counter. Here's the story. We play against this team.
Super Mario Sunshine.
They win that map. Nothing too notable, they just played better. I'm gonna charge the med.
I'm jumping out. Play med.
Give a scout.
Soldier took 19, right?
Alright.
So lucky.
I'm gonna charge med now. Got med. I'm on the scout skill. I got him.
Oh,
he's
nice.
fucking eating noobs.
Oh, Sticky's on. Shut it, Jesus
Oh, he
Christ.
dead.
Charging left door.
I'm holding left door.
Got it, soldier.
Oh, nice, bro.
Getting 60.
Nice.
Use.
Charging the med. Got
Just
med.
save everyone, save everyone.
I'm killing the soldier.
Blob your med, blob your med.
On the demo, got demo. Charging scout. Scout's mini crit in cafe. He's like weak.
Dead.
Nice. Flash. Soldier's dead.
Soldier
Charging
Shooting
NG. Got
Guns
NG.
rolled, gun dead.
Nice.
I'm gonna waddle
point
towards
six.
right spawn.
I'm locking them out right spawn.
I'm trapping them in.
Scout on me. Give a scout. It's
60, 100 on point, 150.
Charging demo. Got demo.
Oh my god.
We then move on to Gully Wash, where we notice they're using a peculiar strategy. Charging. Oh no, they're running Pyro.
Pyro's nukes.
What the fuck is that?
Pyro has the ability to air blast, meaning he can push players away from him. Pyro can also reflect projectiles, which can help protect his team from soldiers. Unfortunately for them, and fortunately for us, Pyro is very weak to Scout. Pyro can't reflect hit scan, and his primary weapon, the flamethrower, has a limited range. So we just get our Scouts to shoot him with unreflectable hit scan, and he dies. Pyro is also very slow compared to the other classes, so when the Pyro got stuck behind us, we just ignored them. Then we killed the rest of their team.
Fuck the Pyro. This guy's
Okay, just ignore, just walk forward. Just ignore him.
Yeah.
Baby door.
He's coming choke right now, but I'm trying to lock him out. He's dead.
TF2 players often believe that Pyro and Heavy counter Demoknight. So, this team decided to run both of those classes at once, to try and cheese an easy victory. Heavy has a ton of health, and he has the highest close range damage in the entire game. Theoretically anyway. In reality, miniguns require precise aim. If you fail to shoot the Demoknight, even for a second, you're instantly dead. A shield bash crit combo does 280 damage, which is enough to kill a slightly hurt Heavy. A Heavy in a bad position just ends up becoming a health pack for the Demoknight.
Victory.
The corner. Guns rolled in the corner, I think.
It's dead.
Guns dead.
We have really good cap time.
I'm gonna charge Secret on the Heavy. Charging Heavy Secret, he died.
Nice. Oh.
This is made even worse by the fact that he's incredibly slow when revving up his gun, making him one of the easiest charge targets in the entire game, provided you kill him in one swing.
Wait, speeding Odin?
Pyro down, he's bad. You can't win by abusing cheese strats. There's no shortcut to victory. These players assumed that they could count paper with scissors, but TF2 is not rock, paper, scissors. You either get good at the video game, or you lose.
Just use it. Oh.
We're going water? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, they Uber the Pyro on point.
It's great. I'm taking it.
Charging Heavy.
Guns dead.
Heavy's weak. Nice.
Heavy's dead. Ow,
Jump
okay,
in.
now. Get back out of the roof.
Nuclear.
Soldier, nice.
Oh, it's actually. Oh, you.
Yeah, you
that's
Uber the
crazy.
Pyro, and the Pyro just right clicks everyone off point, and your Scout just doesn't get flashed.
If they just stuck to what they were good at instead of trying to cheese matchups, they could have won on Gully Wash, just as they had already won on
Sunshine.
I won't say who, but one of their players was getting pretty mad. After a few round losses, they abruptly ended the match and left.
That's
Wait, no, that's such a troll. They have 15 more minutes. It's 21.
Very cringe.
Oh, that's so soy, man.
They just don't want to play.
I'm sure glad that I'm not the one raging. This time, it only took 3 minutes. And they're leaving. To summarize, I messed up a charge on the first mid-fight because my frame rate was stuck on the wrong number. Awesome video game. We then lose the first round, due to a flanking scout underneath the control point.
My bad. I can't block.
On the next mid-fight, well, I did change my Steam name to Raiden for a reason. And then they threaten to leave, followed by leaving. What is the point even? You'd rather not play the game than play against one different player. Especially ironic given this specific team.
These are the same people that play shotgun solely.
And heavy to mid.
Yeah.
And they're like, you are playing fucking Demoknight.
You guys are playing cancer.
But then Flares saw something interesting.
Good looking Biv mid/Biff dude right now. Should I hit him up like, yo, you wanna get?
Yeah, go. That would actually be really fucking funny.
He said yes.
Oh god.
This is extreme trolling. I'll just fucking change aliases.
They're joining. My god.
They don't know.
Nope, disconnect.
They're completely oh.
No, they left again. Man, I stopped playing Elden Ring for this shit game, man. What the fuck?
Just to get baited by
Just to get baited by fucking Big Joseph. It's so cringe, man.
I was excited all day for a scrim when this happens to me.
Me too, man.
Whoa. Large Joseph, actual Big Joey here. Listen, that is not me. I do not condone this. That guy's got a beard. We look nothing alike. Listen, I don't condone leaving games early. Leaving games early is cringe. I don't care if it's scrim, casual. I stick the round out, past my beddy time, and finish the game.
Did we go too far with the trolling? Maybe. But they baited a scrim, which is a dick move. What losers, man. I've never seen this happen in pastime. I'm sorry if this video is all over the place, but to be fair, that's how Demoknight is typically played.
Oh my god.
You should get it.
There we go, that's a clip.
Bro.
It's time to dedicate a chapter, or several, to the Pastime Cup. And once again, it's time to bring out the trusty Ullapul Caber. Remember, that epic showdown against Nubby was just a scrim, and we've yet to play our actual matches. To prepare, I've been playing lots of mixes, and I have lots of clips to show off.
I'm just keeping it.
I'll trump in.
Shoulder down.
Oh, I sent it. Oh my
nice.
god!
Shoulder down.
Oh, I sent it. Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Oh, some jokes in Pfizer. Hello, wakey wakey.
Oh.
Hello. Did I just get teleported?
Yeah.
No.
Solo, did you just put me in jail?
No.
Solo, what have you done to me, man? Oh my god, get rolled.
Excuse
me? You got fucked.
The soldier is rocket jumping to his left ramp, and I know the ball is going to follow him, so I caber jump and steal it. I even managed to pull off a death bomb, pressing a kill bind so that the ball falls into the goal.
Nice.
Some of the clips I have are too weird to even describe, man. Sure, just ascend into the stratosphere and then do the biggest dunk of my life.
Killing defenders.
Killing defenders.
That is a clip.
No way, the 2 HP.
That is insane.
Oh. Goddamn.
Would it shock you if I said I'm pretty decent at this game mode? Got 2, oh my god, that was insane. To practice, I started playing in the American pastime pickup games. Despite playing on 100 ping, I quickly climbed the ranks, going from newcomer to apprentice to journeyman to master. It's still not the highest rank, but who knows, maybe there's more potential here. The fact that I know how to trim with the ball is a very powerful thing, and it gives our team an edge that most others do not.
I swear to god,
oh my god. SolarLight.
Oh my god.
No, that would have been epic. See, pastime isn't very popular in Europe. It's why I've resorted to playing on American servers to practice. The Pastime Cup is the first time we've had a European competition for 4v4 pastime. So a lot of the Europeans are pretty new to the game mode while the Americans are more experienced. Recall how we were able to defeat Nubby's team despite them being Premiership in 6v6. It will probably be a similar story for most European teams. Being good at 6v6 doesn't necessarily translate to pastime after all. So, when the cup began, it shouldn't be a surprise when I say that we won our first match. It wasn't even close.
I can't see anyone, their demo's on me. I have to get it right.
Demo's her.
It's funny, put it on a ramp, therefore I win.
It's on Narco, all Narco. Nice.
Nice.
Kill defenders now, kill defenders.
Right, pass me left, pass me left.
Oh, he's through.
I'm in. Now would be a good time to talk about just how big Colosseum is. It's massive. If the enemy players overextend and leave no one to defend the goal, it's very easy for a Demoknight to just fling himself behind with the ball and score. This is made easier thanks to the ball indicator, which also shows you where everyone is, even the enemy team.
Demoknight goes so fast.
It's nuts. Granted, it also works with a rocket jumping soldier.
Die to it.
Goals clear. Nice.
H2 took notes from our match against Nubby. The wall bug is now an option.
I don't
I'm
know.
done. Top right, top left, top left. Top right, sorry.
Yep.
Kill defenders now.
Nice one.
Simply having a teammate place a ball on the ramp for me is a very powerful thing, even when it's accidental.
That's fine, you put it on a ramp.
Not much else to say really. The enemy team simply wasn't familiar with the game mode.
Escaped.
They're hurt, they're hurt.
Demo's on me.
Still the guy.
Behind him.
Oh my god, the scope creep on this video is insane. If I keep talking about every single match of Pastime in this much detail, the video is gonna be 3 hours long. You poor innocent soul, it's 3 AM, dude! Plus, the video isn't even about Pastime. It's about 6v6. Pastime was just supposed to be a side thing, not the main focus. I need to squeeze all of this into a smaller section, but how? There has to be some kind of editing technique I can use to, I don't know, display a sequence of events in order? Like, I don't know, what, like a montage or something?
He's passing to that guy. Nice intercept.
That
one,
the serp. Oh my god.
Oh my fucking
Down.
god.
He's in.
That was wild that they even cast to that guy.
It's the 21st of July. I've fast forwarded to the Grand Finals. We've managed to defeat all of our opponents and we didn't even lose a single map throughout. However, the last time I got close to winning something, my ego was shattered. And I know for a fact that the Americans have more experience in this game mode. We are not the best. Tomato Tom and his squad of pastime grandmasters were participating. But due to a massive scheduling conflict, they had to play a match with like 4 substitute players, which ended poorly. In this Grand Finals, there isn't a single burger present. They were eaten by the birds.
I'm going to the demo, right? I don't know.
Soldier in. Help me defend. That soldier's not healthy. Man. Oh my god.
Bird Gang's strategy is different from the others. They're opting to focus on kills, which is unusual. This worked out for them on Stadium, but the next map is Colosseum. As I said before, it's a massive map that favors Demoknight in particular. I can turn things around.
He's weak.
Demo, the right side has it top.
We don't have top.
Nice. I'm back right.
Nice.
Demo's in.
Jump, safe play.
One soldier in. 2.
Nice.
I'm killing.
Play on fence.
Good. Players, nice.
Dying
What?
What?
No
Okay.
one's on block.
Yeah, no one's. I called. I wasn't.
Soldier up top. 60.
It's bouncing. Nice. Oh.
Oh, you got that?
Oh.
Damn. Left if you need.
Senders.
I'm alright. I'm on defenders now, actually.
Nice.
Oh. GG.
Nice. Okay, keep this up.
That was really late. That's fine.
Yeah.
Top mid. Yeah. You can bounce back.
Shit, lost line of sight, there you go.
I'm taking top.
I'm on defenders now.
Nice one. Left if you need.
It's fine if you pass. Yeah. Oh.
Defenders are all dying.
Nice. They're hurt. One soldier died. One soldier onto you.
Oh.
No, shot it.
Oh, we shot it.
I'm going reset. Me too. Soldier in.
Nice one.
Nice, good shit.
Yeah, left fence was a free pass. That's fine.
And I
Got him.
Oh. Huge.
Black. Good players.
Got one.
Got it. Loose right.
Got 2.
White hold it. Actually, just play time.
Oh yeah, shoot, you're right.
In fact, we probably just won. They probably can't
Yeah.
score on
You're
us.
still locked in.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, just keep possession.
Yeah.
Just,
Do the fucking EFTs.
Mission ends in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Oh,
3,
did not come.
It
doesn't matter.
1. It's now just shit time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna conquer in spawn. I'm going resub fast.
okay, never mind.
Oh shit, I threw it loose. What the hell?
Uh-oh. I got it?
Misclick, sorry.
You got that? Nice.
Yeah, I meant to do that.
Shut up.
No, it's all on purpose. It's
I'm
all
up,
part
I'm
of the
up.
plan.
Juggled.
It got juggled lower. Nice. Mind control?
Mine
Holy mind
equals
control.
control.
He's fucking Jedi mind tricks on the lower. Don't Plester you guys play like Angry Birds Bind in a fucking grand finals. That's fucked up.
I don't have ammo.
Oh, I can't block. Damn. Shit.
Under dead.
Tripping right.
One soldier on red.
Nice.
Stole it.
Yeah, you stole my thing, but it's
Stole it,
you
but
know,
it's
Rampy gets it.
advantageous.
Nice. I'm killing soldiers.
I'm going reset. So
One soldier outside, nice.
I'm going left.
Good shit.
One
up.
I'm cooking now.
Nice. One more, guys. Lock in. Keep locking in.
Lock in!
Hey.
Sorry, I tried.
That's the energy we need, you know.
Yeah. That's the energy Flares bring and everyone else is like, you know,
I'm looking in.
everyone's chill and Flares is like,
One soldier. In between. Nice. Coming in left now.
Actually, I'm gonna...
I get this.
Nice.
I'm dying. I'm just feeding on their side. Came lower there. Oh.
Nice.
I'm killed by Nick.
It's a
Pop
bad-
jump in. Pop jump.
I'm dead.
In, block.
Nice.
Last.
Nice.
I'm left if you
I'm
need.
going right. I'm right.
Now I'm
Do we have that? I'm above goal. Above goal.
No, went for death bomb, didn't work.
One soldier outside. I'm passing into Goku.
I'm in front
down.
for a minute. Yeah, in front on me.
Got soldier top.
I'm down. Nice.
Legendary Caber, let's go.
I'm stalling. Just kill. Oh.
Nice.
Got piped.
I'm dead.
Got piped.
I'm dead.
Died.
Oh,
Nice
GG.
one.
Oh my god, I got the last one!
Very
Let's fucking
cool.
go! Huge.
Oh my god.
We did it. We did it, Reddit.
Oh my god, the nerves.
We're champions.
Holy fuck.
I was actually chilling, I'm gonna be real.
We actually did it. Oh my god.
I don't know about you guys, I was fucking chilling.
Oh my god.
I was worried after Stadium, to be honest.
I was a little, yeah, but like I wasn't fucking shit myself for it. I was just like,
Oh my god.
The reason I wasn't worried is because they're not playing good pastime. They're just killing us. You know what I mean? They're not actually playing good pastime, so it's like not impossible to deal with.
And with that, the ETF2L 4v4 Pastime Cup comes to a close. During this time, I became more familiar with my 3 teammates. Shame I can't be more specific, but this video is about 6v6. If you're one of the few pastime enjoyers out there, I have something special to show off. We decide to play another scrim. It's Big ZZZ's team. No, not Big Joey. I should have mentioned this earlier, but Big ZZZ wasn't actually the one who started the rage quit. We suspect it was one of his teammates. Even when we tricked his team into joining another server, he stuck around when everyone else left.
It's Large Joseph again. I mean, they know what team we are, because they've played against us before. If they accept a scrim and then instantly leave, they're cringe. It's fine.
Charging demo, charging demo. I got mid. Scout 665 at the back.
Solely under point. Solely under point.
I can charge choke now.
Big damage.
Another 100.
Got a scout.
Nice.
There's still 3 down. I'm fighting.
Yeah, I'm rolling out.
Got 2.
Go into that. Good job, Solar.
Nice.
Boom. They left.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fast.
Oh my days.
Getting baited makes me...
They fed like 3 players into second.
Yeah, they're just bad.
They're
They
surprised
just
when
make
they
massive
lose.
mistakes and then are bad, and then they go, "Oh, it's a Demoknight team. I don't want to play that."
It just
Like,
has to be the demo.
They're just bad. Yeah.
How else am I supposed to practice? Oh, I guess there's TF2 Center. That website which hosts public 6v6 matches with 0 stakes. People don't even use the voice chat here, unless it's required by the lobby. Might not be the best way to practice, but anything's better than going on Uncle Topia 12v12 for the 10 billionth time. So, I decide to play on TF2 Center. I get my funny kills, and it's a bunch of fun. So far, so good. Ha! I'm the better Demoknight, and we win because of it. Awesome. Wait, what are they doing? Substitute vote? But I wasn't trolling! Stop! No! Why? What's the...
Bye-bye!
Yep, you saw that correctly. I can't even play a fucking TF2 center lobby without worrying about some butthurt losers on the enemy team voting me out of the game. In the span of a day, we got baited in a scrim, and I got kicked in a TF2 center lobby. I was not amused, and I was ready to give up for the day. But then, out of the blue, by pure coincidence, my old teammate Purple Merch decided to invite me to a double mix. Perfect, and they even letting me play Demoknight. Finally, a game. But hold on. What is a double mix? Earlier, I mentioned that a mix is where you get a group of players and create random teams. Whether it be 2 random teams for a quick game, or 1 random team to play a scrim. Meanwhile, a double mix is more involved. Here's how it works. Everyone joins a server, so you have 12 people in there. Someone in voice chat says last spec, which is shorthand for the last 2 people to join spectator mode are doomed to play medic. And then, for some seemingly unknown reason, everyone joins spectator mode in the blink of an eye.
Last spec.
Fuck my life. I'm fucking too late for this shit, bro.
It's too late for this. Now you gotta go medic, bro.
Yeah, fuck my shitty life.
The 2 slowpokes remaining then start picking players from the spectator pool to form their teams. Who gets the first pick? Decided by a melee 1v1.
Let's go behind.
On bed. Got him.
Nice. I got crit screen, by the way.
Yeah, you got man.
When did they realize 195 damage?
I'm charging once.
I
Got him.
tried to jump over it.
Got demo.
Holy fuck, the kill cam.
No baby.
Labao.
Heavy choke. Oh, it's free. The scout's rolling out. Let's pull him.
Got to.
Not on you.
Sorry guys. Hello, he's on me. You're baiting me.
I got him.
Oh, nice one, bro.
Going through main.
Oh, traps on point.
Got him.
There's a demo behind you, demo.
There we go, that's a free get. I got mid.
Nice, I'm shooting demo.
Got demo.
Nice.
No, I got the scout. There we go.
Behind me.
Cool.
Holy shit.
I'm walking in.
I see.
Walking. That was big, I dropped it.
Nice one. Holy crap.
These double mixes are fun, but they're not very frequent, which is a bummer. So it's back to TF2 Center. The month is now August. Oh, great, that's just great. They left after 2 rounds. I guess I can't blame them though, because they were getting completely stomped, and stomping a bunch of bad players doesn't really help you improve.
You're just shitting on like children, because they're all fucking awful. But like, it's not even good practice.
I'm also not sure if the double mixes are helping either.
Don't hit it! Don't hit it!
That's crying, dude. Why do you do that?
It's an unusual teleporter.
Holy shit.
Playing with 5 random people who don't know your strategy is always going to be a very different experience compared to playing with the team. Speaking of which, there's a scrim coming up. We're playing against the Premiership Demoman. That went about as well as expected, my god. Stomping noobs is bad practice, but getting stomped yourself is also bad practice. There are a few things you can take away from it, but not much. I can observe the charges I made and try to figure out what worked and what didn't. But it would be way better if we could play against people of similar skill, you know? In lieu of actual practice, I've been doing some trimps offline. Here's a pro tip. You can spawn a bot player by typing bot in the console. Bind a key to end teleport, followed by the player number, and you can teleport that bot wherever your crosshair is. Make sure to disable respawn times while you're at it, and you have a test dummy. I don't think I would have gotten that kill in that demo if I didn't practice it first. Which goes to show how important labbing things out can be. It's normal to feel bad after a loss, especially when you're the one getting the least kills and it feels like it's all your fault. But as I mentioned earlier, there's no sense complaining about it. Just acknowledge your bad place and move on. Trying to challenge an existing meta is pretty difficult for numerous reasons. Players have gotten used to playing in the exact same ways every time. The systems we use to play the game are built with the expectation that the meta will be used. It's stopped being a simple strategy and has become a cult, making it very hard for even skilled players to experiment. Even if I dismiss the obvious downsides of running an inferior strategy, you still face issues from a social standpoint. How did this even happen? In September of 2007, TF2 is being tested in a beta. Players from Team Fortress Classic and Counter-Strike are trying the new game, and hosting their own competitive lobbies.
The IRC channel for it was massive, like pretty much as big as like a Counter-Strike script channel. Like it was really huge. Tons of people were playing it, like a bunch of different CS players, a bunch of different players from, Natural Selection, and Team Fortress Classic, just all over the place.
It's worth noting that maps like Two Fort and Dust Bowl were heavily based on their counterparts from Team Fortress Classic, and in that game, 8v8 was the competitive standard. So it was tried in TF2 as well, with a class limit of 2 players per class. 2 scouts, 2 soldiers, 2 demomen, 2 medics, constant projectile spam, constant Ubers, on maps that could barely handle this many people at once. Yes, people did play competitive 2 Fort. With random crits turned on, what a time. 8v8 was not the only thing tested. This particular game was 6v6. Just about every team size was tried at one point or another, but no matter what, it always involved spamming the same 4 classes on offense and saving the defensive classes for defense. Maybe you'd see one engineer used exclusively for his teleporter on maps like Dust Bowl. Maybe some failed experimentation with heavy and sniper, but that's like it. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looked like. You can argue that Scout struggles a bit more in higher team size environments, but even then, who are you going to replace him with? Freedom! The meta was not exclusive to 6v6, it was a real consequence that came from the game's initial balancing. Adding a limit of 1 medic per team made sense. He's the most important class in the entire game. If you don't have 2, 3, or even 4 of them in your pub game, you're basically throwing. I'm being dead serious when I say that. That is literally the 12v12 meta, even nowadays. He's goated. There's also the fact that not many people want to play as medic. This problem exists across all of gaming. People overwhelmingly prefer DPS roles. Hence 1 medic per team. Makes sense. Limiting Demoman to 1 per team was also a good decision. If you think the sticky bomb launcher is OP nowadays, you wouldn't survive back then. Even after several nerfs to said weapon, multiple Demoman can lock multiple doorways, making it very difficult for teams to bust through, leading to overly defensive gameplay which is considered boring. 2 scouts, 2 soldiers, 1 Demoman, 1 medic. This was not an exact replica of the meta you'd see in 12v12 play, but it used the same classes. It was an approximation that cut down on a lot of the undesirable strategies, like stacking medics or stacking demos. The restrictions allowed for more experimentation. Instead of having 3 demomen watching all of the doorways, you can have a heavy and an engineer. That's right, restrictions don't always have to make the game stale. When used correctly, they can allow for more of the game's content to shine through. But why weren't certain classes used for offensive pushes? What's wrong with them? Were they banned? Did they ban weapons that helped their viability? No. Remember, this was 2007, 2008. The concept of unlockable weapons didn't even exist yet. In truth, some of these classes just straight up sucked, like Pyro. His flames barely worked, and he didn't have the air blast yet. He was the worst class in the game because he didn't have a distinct role. He specialized in nothing. If you wanted a shotgun, you'd pick Scout, not Pyro. If you wanted more HP, you'd pick Demoman or Soldier, not Pyro. If you wanted defense, you'd pick Engineer or Heavy, not Pyro. Speaking of which, Heavy and Engineer were only really good on defense. Hence, in the vast majority of game modes, these classes struggle. Even if we only include the game modes that the game shipped with at launch, Attack Defend is the only game mode where someone can play Heavy and Engineer the entire time without it being a giant throw. Yikes. If you're not familiar with why Engineer and Heavy struggle on offense, it's because they're very slow and they can't quickly reposition. Even more so back then, Heavy's minigun was statistically worse at the time, and it made him move slower than it currently does. Despite the various buffs he received later down the line, it's still not enough to truly rival the meta. Turns out, adding shitty band-aids doesn't address the fundamental reasons why nobody wants to play him, regardless of whether it's competitive or casual. Heavy is considered boring by both sides of the player base, and he consistently scores rock bottom in popularity polls, typically aimed at casual play. When you play casually, if you don't want to play a particular class, you can just choose not to. But if you force Heavy into the competitive meta without addressing the reasons why people don't want to play him, then you're gonna get more drastic pushback. Making Heavy both viable and fun on offense would require a significant overhaul to how he plays, which would necessitate a new primary weapon type. Engineers' slow building times are specifically meant to punish you for placing them too aggressively. The entire gameplay loop of the class is to set up a base and defend it. This doesn't fit well in most game modes where you need to be an initiator. If you need to capture the last point, it makes no sense to dick around on second building a dispenser. If you want to capture the flag, it makes no sense to dick around on last defending your own. Not to mention the laundry list of buffs that he simply didn't have at the time. He built slower, he couldn't pick up and move his buildings, his teleporters costed more metal, so on and so forth. Engineer was spending more time fighting his buildings than fighting his enemies. Then you have the assassins, Sniper and Spy. Starting with Spy, his whole gimmick is stealth. When you're playing against the noobs in casual, it's pretty easy to stay undetected. In a serious setting, however, quite difficult to say the least. Even in 12v12, Spy struggles against experienced players and mostly preys on the worst ones.
We got double spy theory going on, and as Swipes and Mr. Fox, they're at last. They're at last, and I believe they're both running Cloak and Dagger here, just waiting for the perfect moment.
However, because Spy is rarely played in sixes, the competitive players don't even bother spy checking a lot of the time. They'd rather focus on more important things. This gives Spy an opportunity to go in for a stab, but only once. Unless you're Sideshow and you try doing it 3 times in a row.
Oh, look at him, you know. He's just waiting there. But Sideshow, I think he spotted him, and we're gonna have a spy fight going under. Oh yeah, the taunt coming out from Sideshow.
Oh, good duel from Spud in chat as well.
Spy again, he's still on Spy. This guy does not give up. He's still alive!
Oh my god.
No, wait, if he gets out of this, I don't believe it. No, he eventually falls onto the Demoknight. But Sideshow is still on Spy. What the hell is going on? I think this is actually the perfect play, actually. They will not expect you to off-class the Spy 3 times in a row.
True.
It just does not make any sense. In what team would do this?
Sideshow.
They're gonna get aggressive.
When he's funny.
What?
Oh my god. I just spat water. Oh, I literally just dribbled.
Work his way around. We do see him. Selentus going in for that distraction play. On the ground. Sideshow gets the pick!
It doesn't help that Spy was, yet again, weaker in 2007. He received plenty of buffs post-release, but sucked especially back then. Sniper has always been great, but his low mobility and inconsistent defensive options leave him vulnerable to getting bombed by soldiers or flanked by scouts. People tend to use Sniper in situations where this is less of a concern, such as maps with huge sightlines like Product, or situations where you're nearby the spawn room and have an opportunity to swap back to a Generalist. Generalists are the main 4. Specialists refer to the 5 situational classes. Even after the laundry list of buffs, many of these classes still struggle with inherent weaknesses that make it harder to participate on offense. That said, when these classes pop off, it's truly special.
Ground goes down! Sneak the cloak and make it. Nursey on the staircase. He's gonna decloak. Here it comes. Can he make the play for his team? He's
Oh my god!
I don't know. Oh my god. And he gets Roman. What? He's lining up a sideline. Gets Raymond. Raymond goes down again. He gets Raymond a 3rd time with the body shot.
That's it. What did you just say to me?
Scissors. I don't need these.
Oh yeah!
Okay, not all classes get to be cool. Some of you are probably wondering about Highlander mode. 9v9 with each team running one of each class. Some people like to assume that it's a perfect utopia. It's not. Firstly, there are the logistical problems. 9 is a bigger number than 6, who would have guessed? Some people like to dismiss this point because TF2 isn't a huge esport and you're not flying people around everywhere all the time, but even online, there's still issues with organizing teams, backup players, scrims, matches, and so on. Even TF2 center lobbies struggle to fill sometimes because nobody wants to play heavy. Secondly, Highlander doesn't even accomplish what it sets out to do. Sure, each class is technically playable full-time, but if a class is bad on offense, it's bad on offense. Being forced to play as the class regardless of circumstance doesn't make it easier or even fun. Now, I personally haven't played Highlander in years, but given what top players are saying about the game mode, it paints a grim picture. According to some players, a significant number of classes barely have any impact on the game at a high level. Some classes are only really tasked with pushing the cart or defending the sniper, for example. Thirdly, the game mode is hyper-defensive. When you remove the ability to stack offensive classes like Scout and Soldier, and you instead force them to play defensive classes like Heavy and Engineer, the game stops being fun. Control points had to be completely removed from the Highlander map pool because teams were stalemating constantly. Highlander has always been regarded as a meme game mode, and to be honest, splitting the competitive scene into two pieces has likely done more harm than good. Every Highlander heavy main is someone who could have been a low tier hero in 6s. I remember there used to be a team called Low Panda that would experiment with a bunch of goofy stuff. At one point, Mookie got a telefrag in an official match and yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Yes! Yes, Met down! Oh. I fucking did it! I did it!
I want to see more of that, even if it's in a lower division, but nah. All of the specialist mains keep playing Highlander, because that's the path of least resistance, and what this does is potentially reduce the amount of variety we could have seen in 6s. RGL League owner Sigafu attempted to solve this issue with his own invention called Prolander. It tried to reach a middle ground between 6s and Highlander, but appealed to neither of them, and now it's dead. A limit of 1 player per class doesn't seem to be the correct answer. I tried warning him about this beforehand, but then he blocked me on Twitter, so you know what, I'm not even mad that it died.
Super Smash Brothers Melee!
When I think about other games, such as Melee, I think of players overcoming incredible odds. Picking off meta characters, despite the whole world telling them that they're not good enough. These struggles create stories. They create underdogs. When you create a game mode where every class is artificially viable, where's the story? Given Odin's recent success in ETF2L, with, potentially, the first alternate playstyle to have its own movement tech, strategic positioning, quick rotations, dive bombs, cool plays, all the things that 6's players supposedly want from a character. I'm praying he climbs his way to Prem. I know the chances of him actually winning the entire league are slim to none. I know the chances of him beating Banny at LAN is like hoping for lightning to strike the same man twice in a row. I know that some people would cry for a ban before the chance even happens, but imagine if one day Odin somehow managed to beat Furiotech, against the ridiculous odds he has to face, despite technical limitations, despite everyone telling him no. Imagine the hype, the confusion. The entire player base would be losing their minds. Competitive TF2 has always lacked that element of storytelling, and in my opinion, this is the major reason why it will never be popular. Sure, you still hear stories of individual players. I was laughing with you when Falash beat Banny that one time. It happened at the very first LAN I went to. I was in the crowd. I have the full Banny quote fully memorized in my brain, and it will remain there until the day I die. But it's just not the same as seeing an entirely new character or playstyle win a huge tournament for the first time in like 20 years.
Look at it! But that's over! He did the eye with the time! Opsa did it! Opsa did it! The first time in history Opsa wins a Super Major, the hardest tournament we've ever seen in 22 years!
Everybody presses forward on the Grey Stick, and that's the end of EVO 2016!
He has a lot of stage to play with.
Oh, that's it! That's it!
Let's go!
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy.
But, and here's the big but, none of this has to stop you from doing your own thing. Queequeg has been playing Engineer in 6s, which is what inspired the creation of this video in the first place. CyberWizard ran Full-Time Spy.
Hey, no.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
What is happening?
Sure, they're not doing it in the highest divisions, but neither am I, and you're still watching. Perhaps instead of playing Highlander next season, try something silly in 6s. As long as you don't deviate too hard from a good mix of combat classes, you'd be surprised with what you can get away with. Assuming people want to play against you, and assuming you can put a team together. Crap, we only have 4 people!
We are the Yakuza 4.
Summer has ended and autumn begins. We're playing more scrims, still looking for potential teammates.
It's not a logistical problem, we could just connect another fucking iron reservoir to it. And it would be fine.
Reservoir.
Kill yourself!
This is the game where we get owned by a shortstop scout and a heavy, but it's fine. We haven't played Granary much and we don't even know if it's going to be in the season. And turns out, no, it isn't. The maps for the season have been revealed. Process, Product, Snakewater, Sultry, Sunshine, Bagel, Metalworks, in that order.
Has Gullywash really been taken out of the map pool?
Yep, by for Metalworks.
What the fuck? For Metalworks?
Yep.
Who the fuck voted for that?
Me.
I thought, is Gullywash even a good map for Demoknight?
2 maps are played per week, and each map gets played 2 times. The league is using a Swift system. If you don't know what that is, don't worry too much about it. It just means that throughout the season we'll get points for each victory, among other things. We'll be matched against teams with similar point totals. But before I get into that, it's worth noting that we've just completed our team of 6.
If I drop to a fucking demo man doing that, I might uninstall the game.
Yeah, people, that is a sense when lots of people share.
Like, how do you even react to that? And they're still contesting forwards.
Yeah, just tank us away.
So I jumped. Nice.
I mean, Netherlands is basically the Britain of
Don't say
mainland
that.
Europe.
Don't say that. Don't say that. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true at all.
You're heavily breaking the ratio of Brits on the team. The maximum used to be 3. There's 5 on this team. If this is the roster we have.
Flash Money, Gregory, H2, Loco, me, Turbo Monkey. And since we're about to spend the rest of this video with these people, you might as well know who they are. I'm going to let these people introduce themselves and introduce their roles on the team as well. Competitive 6v6 has been a thing since 2007. What do you like about it?
At its core, TF2 already feels like a super good game to play, like movement, shooting, aiming, it just feels so good together. And you put that in a competitive environment where it's a lot of strategies, like you can rotate on mid, you can fake out opponents, and on top of all of that, you work together with 5 other people on your team. What's great about that is that eventually your teammates become your friends.
What does a flank scout do? Flank?
Basically, I watch the flank and make sure that no one tries to come in. I help my roamer H2 with like poking around and going for a sack. Basically, I'm more of a distraction and support to my team. If we win fights and we roll into the next point, I tend to stay behind and capture the points. Due to having a perma-Demoknight, my flank scout role kind of changes sometimes, but a normal flank scout usually does the stuff I just mentioned.
Do you ever switch to different classes or just play scout?
Yes, I do. I mostly switch classes on last, where I go to engineer, for example, or heavy to kind of buy time for my team when the enemy team is going to push in. Or if I'm playing sniper, then it's usually the case that my other scout is already playing engineer. And everyone knows I like my Buddhist forwards.
Some would say that you're a bit opinionated, like me, I guess. Care to explain?
So for context, I made a video that was very critical of how ETF2L is treated both by admins and top players. And it seemed like from the outside looking in that top players didn't really want to adapt to meta changes when a new person discovers a new playstyle. Of course, some weapon bans are valid, for example, like I think the Rap Assassin, the scout really shouldn't have a long range poking tool.
Hybrid.
Oh god.
I like that.
Oh my god.
I'm with you on that one.
I'm dead, bro. I'm actually dead. Bro, I'm actually dead.
Wait, you just got packed out.
Bro, what happened to me?
With only one season of a weapon becoming a popular choice, I don't think that's enough time to indefinitely ban a weapon. That video wasn't flawless and I definitely got smoked on TFTV for it, for valid reasons. I don't mean to sound like the victim here, because I definitely wasn't. But it definitely felt like I was public enemy #1 for a time, just like a bad character you see up on the screen. People may disagree with me and that's fine, I don't hold grudges to the people that call me names.
What's the exchange rate between Flair's coin and US dollar?
What the fuck is a US dollar? All my homies pay with Flair's coin.
How old is Turbo? Wait, did you write this one?
Turbo's like 85, 47,
85.
Grandpa, sometimes in voice chat he goes like, back in my day, we used to play CP Battles. Uncle, Grandpa, fucking Turbo, old man, uncle. Go to bed, it's bedtime, like it's 9 PM.
We already know you make YouTube stuff, so I'll just skip that bit. When did you start playing TF2?
I started playing TF2 in 2007, because I'm like an old man and stuff. When I was really, really little, my dad introduced me to a game called Team Fortress Classic, which is like, the thing that TF2 is a sequel to. So I actually remember being a little kid and actually being insanely excited for TF2 to release, like before it had come out. And I've been playing it ever since. I'm addicted. I'm completely addicted.
What's your role on the team?
So I'm playing the roamer soldier, so essentially that means I'm like a flank player. My entire team with like Beam and the combo are all over here, and I'm watching the other doors to make sure that the enemy flank doesn't bust it and get behind us. And when I'm not watching the flank, I'm trying to jump through it to get behind and get a pick on like the enemy demo or med or something. Which means my job usually involves a lot of like dying, just like completely feeding my face off. That's like my job.
Since we're playing with a funny Demoknight, how does this affect your role exactly?
The biggest problem for Roma with having a Demoknight is that usually I would have a flank scout to like be with me on flank. I wouldn't be there on my own. But since we have a demo who has like a sword instead of stickies, it means that we really need to have both of our scouts on beam. You can't really afford to have one of your scouts on flank. You need both of them protecting the med. Which means I'm way more vulnerable on flank. I can just get ran at by the scout and soldier and I'm probably gonna die. Or I have to like get on my hands and knees and beg that my scout comes and saves me.
I kind of got the vibe that you don't like 6v6 that much. Is that true?
I don't hate sixes. I'm not like a sixes hater, but it's not my favorite thing to do in TF2. And to be honest, if I didn't have a Demoknight on my team, I probably wouldn't be playing this season. I didn't play last season for a similar reason. It's just not my idea of fun. The best competitive game mode is 4v4 pastime. If you've never played 4v4 pastime, that's where it's at. Listen, go play that shit. It's so good. Oh!
Hello, I am Gregory, and I play Combo Scout for the funny Demoknight team.
In other words, Pocket Scout. What does that entail?
So on Combo Scout, my goal is to play with Beam, and I've got to look after my little medic and do things with my medic, whether it's using Ubers or running away.
Do you switch classes like Flares does?
We'll sometimes change class when we are holding last, Switch to NG or Putus. Snipe is good because it forces the enemy to use through so they don't get to milk the Uber. Because if they didn't use through the door, the medic with Uber charge will just die because the sniper does lots of damage from long range.
How do you think the funny Demoknight has affected your team's strategy?
So, playing with a funny Demoknight has been pretty interesting, mainly because we do lots of aggressive things, and our Solis like to go deep with our Demo Man. What usually happens is we've got to make sure not to bait our Solis and Demo as they're going in, because we don't want them to just be free kills for the enemy, and me sitting there doing nothing. So I've got to make sure I'm aggressive and helping them out, but at the same time, I've also got to be looking after my med and making sure stray enemies aren't coming in flying, getting on my med. So it's trying to find that balance of helping my team, but also not letting my med just die. Editor's note, H Noob says add a picture of me and draw like a funny mustache of me. With glasses. Yeah, with glasses.
Hello, my name is Loco. I play Pocket Soldier for Demoknight team.
Tell us all your life story.
So my first real exposure to TF2 was in 2012, watching the newly released Meet the Pyro trailer at a friend's house. I then watched all the other Meet the trailers religiously, as well as TF2 content from other people like Star and German. As soon as I had a PC good enough to play games, I made a Steam account and downloaded TF2. I played a lot of pubs with my friends, slowly getting better and better, and by the middle of 2014 I was a fully fledged pub stomper. But I wanted to go to the next level, despite having no idea what the next level was, or if there even was a next level. So I started to research and watch competitive TF2, the most exciting and highest level variant of which, to my eyes, was 6v6. The first games I ever saw were during ESEA Season 16, and after I-55 in 2015, I wanted to play. In hindsight, I should have just joined a team then and just started playing, but I didn't let myself join a team until I thought I was ready, which took nearly 2 years for some reason. So at long last, in 2017, I played my first ever competitive 6v6 match on ETF12.
How does a Pocket Soldier differ from the Roamer?
So historically, the Pocket Soldier was one of the highest impact roles in 6v6, playing very close to the medic and receiving the majority of the heals in exchange for a lot of damage. Back in this era of TF2, the Pocket Soldier would use the shotgun rather than the gunboat, as pure damage output and killing ability was prioritised over mobility. However, over time, the overall pace of the game began to increase, and more Pocket Soldiers adapted to this by switching from the shotgun to the gunboats, emulating the roaming soldier. Taking so much less damage to traverse the map meant that Pocket Soldiers were no longer joined at the hip with their medic. What finally shifted the meta from the high impact, massive damage and heal heavy playstyle of Pocket Soldiers from the past was the update allowing medics to move at the same speed as their heal targets. This made Scout the new king of sixes, and brought them to the forefront of the combo, relegating the Pocket Soldier to being effectively a second roamer, whose default position is with the combo rather than on the flank. For almost all of the seasons I've played, I've been a roamer, however I think I've taken to Pocket quite well. To be honest, playing Pocket on this team is not totally dissimilar to how Pocket Soldier worked nearly a decade ago. Because our demo is trimping directly into the sun at all times, he's very rarely actually in the combo. In fact, for the most part, we play as if we have 3 soldiers. This means I get more heals than the average Pocket, and I'm more responsible for keeping our medic alive. It's still a concept that I'm adapting to, and I could probably take even more heals and play with the shotgun if I felt the need to.
I don't know much about Turbo, but I know you have played with him. Is that right?
I've known of Turbo for quite a long time, since watching him play in Prem many years ago. Since then, he's fallen down to the sewers of Comp TF2, to the point where I'm good enough to play with him. The last season I played was with Turbo in Division 2. He picked me up for his team after trialling me for one night. That's just how good he thought I was. Or how desperate he was for players. I tell my family it's the first one. He's a really good medic, has a lot of experience and a great attitude. And this is a great time to cut to the Turbo interview. This video pretty much edits itself.
What? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it...
Before we start, 2 things. Number 1, I'm not old. I'm in my physical prime. I've never felt better. Definitely not old. And number 2 is I'm not TurboTabs. Please stop confusing me with TurboTabs. We are not the same person. I've had my name longer than him. Played higher division than him. Just... please stop. I'm not him.
So, TurboTabs, what's your story? That heals me, you know.
So I had TF2 for when it came out, right? I started playing competitive games with Counter-Strike Source. I was in a clan, at the time, and I was so bad they changed my name from TurboMonkey to Handicap. We only used to play these like double mixes within the clan. We'd only played Dust 2, and I was so bad. Eventually the clan leader realised that nobody wanted to play with me, so he was like, hey, I noticed you play TF2 every now and again, why don't you just go ahead and just not play CSS anymore? So he gave me a server, because this was back when all the clans had their own dedicated servers. He gave me a server to run. I just had it, I was on it, and then some random guy joined it out of nowhere, and he was like, hey, have you seen this? And he just did a sticky jump, and I was like, that's cool. Showed me a video, and then explained to me what Sixes was. And honestly, I hadn't been playing TF2 that long, so within about 3 to 4 months of playing TF2 properly, from about 2009, I started playing Sixes. So I never really played lots of pubs.
Solid's destroyed.
Nice,
200. I've got to get help. I'm not left side.
I
killed a scout. Scout's on me soon.
I'm not with you yet. I'm behind you.
I killed Ams again!
So there you go, that's 2009, and that's about 15 years ago, and I always played Medic. 15 years. To put in perspective, Flares is like 20 years old, so I mean, I started playing when he was like 5 years old or something. I think my Steam account's older than Flares. Number one, I'm not old. Do I play casual TF2? No. Not really. Yeah, it just doesn't interest me at all. I just got annoyed with there being loads of pyros just running around and constant engineers, and I wanted to play the game mode where those weren't around every corner. So I probably am the textbook, like, Sixes elitist player. I am odd and have strange opinions to the current Sixes players. Like, I like Gravel Pit, but they don't even listen to me, so there you go. We've got something in common. I hate them just as much as you hate them, I guess. I think I was involved in a global whitelist discussion at one point. I remember just having a visceral reaction to people talking at me about allowing funny weapons. I just had no idea what they were.
There's like, in every PCW we play against them, we have one. There's always a time where the Jiraiya
Who is this guy with
used
the deep
against us and
voice?
Fluxes.
Turbo.
Like in Viaduct especially, Viaduct
Who's
is like
Turbo?
I should not have been in that position, to be honest, of making decisions about the game. I had absolutely no idea what half those weapons even did. I didn't play public TF2, I was literally just a Sixes player. I was in my own little world. So, there you go, that answers your question. Brutally honest, I was very opinionated when Flares was telling me that he was making a Demoknight team. I told him a good team would destroy them, whatever. And then we played against them, but we played against them in this like terrible off-class mix, and we got absolutely shat on. So I think the advantages are, if a team has not got their stuff together, you can make them panic and just sort of snowball effect, make them angry, that sort of thing. I would say that's the main advantage. I think it does have diminishing returns though. Once people figure it out, it's going to be pretty difficult. The way I think about it is, it's kind of like playing TF2 on hard mode.
Yeah, Demo's got a funny stick, so it's funny.
No, Demo took 50.
Got med with the funny game.
No fucking way.
What's the most important part about playing Medic?
The most important part about playing Medic is you are the number one most important part of the game. In Sixes, you might as well be like a football that's carried around. That's a great analogy because your Uber dictates every single part of the game. Where you stand, where the enemy team stands, what they're doing, what you're doing. Just knowing where to stand, super important, but overlooked a lot. Uber management means knowing when you have an advantage or disadvantage. So keeping track of the enemy medic is used, if they die, that sort of thing. Which dictates everything in the game, where you're going to stand, what you can do, what you can't do. Team health management is all about knowing who to crossbow at the right times, and who gets priority, who doesn't. And the fourth thing is obviously just medic mechanics. When I say mechanics, what I mean is your crossbow aim and the ability to surf away from soldiers, demo men. Even scattergun, which you can surf if you time it right. These are so important nowadays. If you die every time a soldier bombs you, if you get forced, your team is just not going to win. You have to have a competent medic. It's something that medics didn't used to have to be good at. Now you absolutely have to be good at it. And if you have a bad medic on your team who's not good at these things, you just won't win.
What?
Alright, Solar, I got a gun with me. I'm asking the questions now.
Is that a Glock? They should give Demoman a Glock. Okay.
Are you confident in this season?
I'd say yes. I mean, we could get owned in every single match, but judging from our scrims, where some teams rage quit, we do have the potential to tilt some teams into losing.
So you're using the House Hatoichi and boots permanently. Like, why is that? Why not use something like the Highlander or like go Hybrid Knight?
That's a lot of questions at once. The Highlander plays better when you're on a kill streak because you get permanent buffs after every kill. But if you're not on a kill streak, you're stuck with less health and no health on kill either. Basically, if you think you're better than everyone else, use the Highlander. If you're in a more balanced game or if you're losing, use the Katana. Pipes, in other words grenades, there's a reason why I'm not using those. Frame rate issues aside, I really don't want to charge in a straight line. It's very predictable and people just walk out of the way. The more turning control you have, the less leeway your enemies have to dodge your attacks, basically. This gives you more opportunities to heal from the half Satoichi, and basically, it just makes you tank more damage.
Am I paid for this? Like, hello?
Oh what, you're robbing me as well? All I have on me are the Flares coins you gave me, but these are worthless. After Flares spared me, we went back to scrims, and all I can say is some funny stuff happened.
Dude, why are you on that? That weapon is a throw, man.
No, it's fucking beast. You don't understand.
No, dude, that weapon sucks.
It's awesome.
You don't believe.
You don't believe. It's the new meta.
Okay, I'm going to try and believe.
Are we bubble me again?
Back up?
Yeah, but I'm going from right.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm ready when
you should go with Demoknight.
3, 2, 1, I'm bubbling.
Both sides bomb. Oh my god.
Landing on
There's a
trap. Oh, we just... Okay.
Go. You need to go in Demoknight.
W key.
I'm on scout, I hit him 30.
I'm dead.
Oh, there's a guy behind us in the house.
Med's right.
Operation Kill Medic.
Med's hurt. Med's really hurt though.
Got him, yep.
See?
Got scout.
Oh, it's happening!
Oh my god!
What? He's fucking killing everyone!
What did I just witness? He's starting to believe. Have you seen the lion?
Oh my god!
Do you believe now?
What the fuck? I knew it was kind of base, but I just witnessed a legal TFT.
I am 60.
Shit,
oh my god.
No! As if.
I'm so sorry.
Did you bump him up there? Are you fucking kidding me, man?
Yeah,
with the gun that does 3 damage.
Sorry.
You killed him with the Liberty Launcher! You bumped him up there! Are you fucking kidding me? You son of a bitch!
How much health does he have? How much health?
All of my...
I'm gonna guess like 3.
2 HP!
No! He's 2 HP. He
2 HP, man!
No, but it's such a fun weapon. It's so cool.
2 HP!
But I like the weapon. No! I will never use the Liberty Launcher again. Don't worry about it. I'm fucking deleting the weapon from my backpack.
It's the 16th of September, 3 days before our first match. Loco expresses some worry. It might be a tough one. And so, we start practicing.
Joggle them away from me, I'm gonna die for that now. Yeah, nice, I died for it.
Scouts hurt. Yeah, charge them off.
Oh, scout with the...
Got him big.
Scout with the pink.
Oh my god.
He's full.
See, it's worth practicing.
Turbo, once a Premiership legend, starts mourning about his current position.
Incredibly low I've fallen. Playing against fucking people with no arms and legs.
He's fallen off.
He did take a multi-year break after all, it makes sense.
I can't charge.
You need to go into them right now.
Got demo, I'm on the bed, meds alone, gotta make me free. Good soldier.
Only one up.
That's a 4K.
He's farming!
He doesn't stand a chance.
He's farming.
Big.
Kill the soldiers.
Charging demo.
One soldier died.
Demo.
Scout up top is hurt.
I'm doing top.
Took 120.
Get arrows.
Soldier can maybe die. Near sewer.
Took 60, took 100.
Play around me.
Nice shot, big.
What a might be a fucking bit. You might be a
One up.
That's a spawner, let's go.
One up.
I'm getting him 5.
Stay with med. Stay with
Med kill binded.
Kill
Yeah,
bind.
nice.
Nice. I know I keep bringing this up, right? But we're missing the demo man's damage. That's why things aren't dying.
That's not a solvable problem because it would be a
No.
pretty shit video if it was like I played normal demo in the 6v6.
I played Demoknight, but then realized,
I played Demoknight on my medic told me to not. And then I didn't.
I'm not trying to change. I know you're gonna play Demoknight. I'm just trying to explain to you why things aren't dying.
Yeah.
We're missing damage. You need to come up with a name for your subscribers, Solar.
No. That shit's cringe.
Eclipses.
There's something I need to explain right off the bat. Flares and Gregory have decided to switch places. Yeah, right after we recorded interview sections explaining everyone's roles, these guys just swap places. Gregory is the one capturing points while the team pushes forward, and Flares is the one sticking to the medic. Although we are a Demoknight team, so we're basically running 2 pocket scouts anyway. Remember when I was talking about pastime and realized that if I showed every match in too much detail, the video would be way too long? Yeah, more of the same here. So much of the video's runtime has been spent not on the league, but on the preparation that came beforehand. The shenanigans. The unfortunate reality of making an off-class in a game where the meta doesn't change. And, most recently, meeting new faces. I wanted to give an accurate portrayal of what it's like to play competitively, so it's only fair, but my god, this video is long. Thus, I will only show you an entire match if I think it's entertaining to do so. I've saved the best, don't worry. For the first 2 weeks of ETF2L, I'll just describe what happened.
Are y'all running Demoknight?
Look at that, we gave them the whole spectrum of answers there so they don't know what to think.
One of us only tells the truth and the others tell a lie.
Week 1 has us playing Product and Process. Product, a modified version of Viaduct, is a great sniper map. I already knew this was the case because I still have nightmares of that one time I had to deal with a Premiership sniper player at LAN on this exact map. The sightlines are enormous, and it doesn't take very long for a sniper to arrive at his favourite spot after every respawn. We were struggling hard against snipers in our scrims. Perhaps I needed to find more trim spots or something, but even if I do kill him eventually, he might have domed one of my teammates already.
Trumpet.
Got him.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm getting
the new
stabbed.
trim
I'm
spot
getting
that we
stabbed.
labbed yesterday. Odin's team didn't suffer from this problem because they have fantastic sniper players. They even had a cheater at one point, but now he's permabanned. Idiot. We don't have a cracked sniper, or a cheater, so we're getting owned. I got body shot. Sniper is point.
Behind. That I needed.
I'm gonna charge demo.
Someone to stand in front of. It's fine.
No, they were like... That's how the points I wanted to say.
You know, I've played on teams where we've had one of the best snipers in Europe playing, and it's been awesome. And then I've played on teams against 2 of the best snipers in the world, and it's really bad. I used to play 7 on Viaduct, like every week, with Stark and Balash taking it in turns to go sniper.
Sounds like 8.
They also they also went sniper heavy as well, so they had a heavy on the cliff protecting the sniper the whole time. So imagine trying to bomb that sniper.
You know what? Shall we do that? You want to do like me fucking poo Flares gun sniper?
Flares is still using a 60Hz monitor, and everyone's begging him to upgrade it. Feeling a bit discouraged, we go into our official match, and the enemy team doesn't use sniper ever. Great.
Early aggression mid. Early.
Yeah. What the hell? Play comms, let's go. Guitar to go swoosh. HP go up. Control points go ding. We did lose on process though. Our last pushes are garbage. Obviously we would have to refine this later, but too late for that now, we're losing. And yeah, too bad. Week 2 was even less noteworthy, because I couldn't even play that week. The team had to get someone else, and they weren't on Demoknight for obvious reasons. This meant the entire team had to adjust to playing with a regular Demoman again just for the 1 week. Fantastic. Yeah, short chapter, sorry, but don't worry. This next one is absolutely ridiculous. It's the 6th of October, one day before our match. We need to warm up before the game starts, but Turbo has a bad migraine. He can't play. This is not ideal because he's basically the team's brain. But we still need to practice, so we're playing with a substitute player called M. The first thing I say to them is that our opponents might get angry and tilt.
Foreshadowing as a narrative device.
Things were decent. Not much worth noting, although this clip right here was pretty funny.
They are.
Maybe they swapped.
Get in last, get in last. It's only 3, it's only 3. What the fuck? I don't understand.
On October 7th, the day of the match, things start getting weird. We schedule another scrim 1 hour before the ETF2L match, but Turbo isn't responding. We have no idea why, and we just have to play with M for a second time. Hopefully Turbo comes back before the match starts, but for the time being, we need to practice. If you thought leaving mid-game was bad manners, you aren't prepared for the sheer nonsense that happens in this game.
Oh.
Nice. Soldier chirp, soldier chirp.
I'm chasing the mid.
2 chirp, come cap.
I'm pushing Ali now.
Got mid.
Nice.
I'm trying to help.
Charging now.
We're coming in left.
Got a scout.
And left, and left. Should take some point.
Hit
Soldier, in left.
I'm gonna charge the heavy into.
Shoot heavy, shoot heavy.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Got heavy.
Med's at 100.
I die.
Med's at 34.
That's for sure.
We're learning to be soy. That's a fucking
yeah. Imagine losing to soy.
There's some good damage on them.
Come in.
I'm walking up mid. They're all looking at me. All of them.
Getting on point now.
Power took a lot.
Is this like your weekly scrims people tilting?
I mean,
usually they don't type.
Yeah.
The battle of wits!
Well, I'm giving back shots.
True.
This guy's talking like he's a top like Prem player or something. Calling it people no names when he's a low player.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, I'm feeding.
Help SolarLight.
I got him.
There.
Help SolarLight.
Come in. One scout cap. He's smoked.
Got
Get
him.
him. I'm playing point. I'm no longer on point. I'm back on point.
Got mid.
I'm dead.
We can play it, you can play it.
The bar.
Win in my book.
Oh, that didn't count for half.
GG.
Talk online. Oh, they talk like they're Prem players and they're in low. It's so cringe.
That's so funny.
Solar, you're an anorexic blank who was too scared to talk to anyone out loud. Okay, a 6-letter word, what could it be? Well, I guess go eat a burger.
Unlucky.
Hello, Turbo.
Hey guys, sorry about that.
What happened?
What happened?
I just was asleep.
Yeah,
skiving.
Fair enough.
I fucked up. I thought it was
I hate you.
GMT instead of CET. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I used to make that mistake.
I think that's fair though, because
It's not fair enough because I've been playing at this time for 15 years.
Yeah, that's...
Anyway, the whole reason why I had to put this in the video was to explain these dumb usernames we came up with.
Sponsored by Soylent.
Sponsored by Soylent, such a fucking banger team name. It's so funny.
I've been in the only, like, normal alias is fucking Loco.
I do not bend to these silly whims.
True. The enemy team we're fighting has a player who used to be on my old 6v6 team. His name is Logcom.
Foreshadow.
The match begins, but unfortunately, I start playing like garbage. Missing critical swings, swinging too early, among other things.
Go.
We can come forward. Two soldiers.
I want demo.
Their meds.
Demo's weak. Got him.
Hit 100 on back.
Top left. I need the help in choke. Oh shit, the soldier.
Oh, close. No.
I thought you were already in Saul.
No.
Soldier. Nice. Demo next.
Demon's roll.
One mid. Blocking.
Demo dead.
Nice.
I'm weak.
Shoot same target. Shoot soldier.
Soldiers roll. Soldiers
Scout on
roll.
point. Scout on
100,
point.
100.
Only Johnny.
Yeah, the soldier needed to be shot there, not the scout.
Walking forward now, I'm on demo.
Landing top right. Scout here.
Missed.
Top red.
I'm
Both soldiers top red.
dying.
Both soldiers top red. They're hurt.
I live, okay.
Heal up, heal up.
I'm being
Get on
chased
high.
into kitchen by this.
Med took 80.
I'm chasing med
Scout took
now.
60. Scout
Chasing
took
med.
100.
There's a scout in our lower. 50,
Soldier top
50.
red.
Got med.
Slide
Where's you, Jad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go kitchen and just take it?
Yeah. Kitchen. A soldier
I'm
scout.
peeking saw.
Yeah.
I'm in saw.
I think.
Way to go.
Yeah. I think they know though.
I'm in on mid. I'm in on mid.
They do.
Solid bombing out, solid
Yes.
bombing out.
We're through. Come in. Soldier top right. Catch book.
There's two
There's
going
two in our
behind,
saw.
two going
They go
Sorry,
behind.
good
behind.
And we
Oh,
need to back. We need to back.
Oh, they go and saw kill them.
We have lost control point.
Yeah.
Kill him and recap. He's in lobby.
Yeah.
The final control point is being contested.
We got outsmarted.
I called the bust on flank and we didn't react fast enough.
Charging demo now.
I traded.
No, I've surfed in. They're all
We
looking
can
at
come
me.
forward here.
Imagine you're in my position. Charges are going badly, and the team is losing. What do? Play more passively and less ambitiously? If you take what I said earlier into account, maybe. I still went for overly ambitious plays and missed, because I'm treating the match like an Uncle Topia frag video. Caring about staying alive is important, but my decisions to charge aren't really at fault here. It's my execution. I'm 1 millimeter away from the enemy and missing. If I start playing too passively, the enemy team will have more ground to work with and they'll push forwards, crushing my team. I need to play aggressively, but with purpose.
They're on back.
I can trip on the med now.
Soldier bombing.
I'm gonna go for it.
Scout took a lot.
He died.
I crit the demo.
I need help.
Demo dead.
Nice.
Help
I
out.
died.
Go to last. Go to last.
Soldier, shoot
He
soldier
needs
next.
you
On
arriving
point.
now.
Shoot soldier on point. Sticks on point.
I'm in now.
Come in.
I'm gonna charge med and no, I'm gonna charge
Scout
demo
down.
right side. 3,
Scout
2,
died.
1.
Play the points as you can.
Got crit demo. Dead.
Nice.
I can charge him though still. 3,
Yeah,
2,
they're on
1.
high.
I'm in.
Soldier,
I got the medic. Charging
Med's at
point
100.
now.
Med's at 100.
Scout's near. I
Come
need
in.
One
Come
soldier
in.
died.
Fine. You can get rid of
I
them.
can charge the demo, honestly. Like this guy's really close. I got the med.
Nice.
Keep pushing.
I'm
They're
coming.
all on me. I'm on the scout, got him.
Nice. There, sorry.
I need an arrow.
Soldier
I'm
gonna
motion
jump.
to
Soldier
last.
in.
He's trying to leave.
On bridge.
We're in lobby. Kill people.
Oh no, I'm dead.
He's dead.
Can we keep going? Can we keep
3
going?
down, just go.
I'm on
Demo.
last.
Well played, Solo. That's sick.
Snow, we have.
Shoot scout there. Scout on beam.
Oh man.
I foresaw the future.
Oh, no way.
Oh, they just let me camp it.
Yeah, he just stood there.
Because we're waiting for ages, and
Nice. Unlucky.
Bust the guy cheese, I'm gonna jump window.
Start walking.
Walking grass, yep.
Yep.
I can charge
I
it.
don't know, man's
I got the med. That was
Nice.
Oh!
I'm on demo.
Getting good. Don't bait.
Scouts roll. Scouts hit 110.
There we go.
Good shit, guys.
Nice.
Surf charge unironically won the round.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
have
funny.
Right now we try and get our 5th point and it's beast.
stop moving now. Stop moving now.
I'm gonna focus heavy again, if I
We
can.
need to play point fast. Can you clear 6 on
No,
point?
I can't charge the heavy. I have to go for someone
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
I'm charging the med
Play
lower.
point.
6 is cleared.
Died.
Play point.
I'm running heavy.
It's gonna be a golden cap, probably.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
In the event of a tie, a golden cap round is played. In other words, a tiebreaker.
They're putting a trap on point. I can't do much about that.
Can you trim to height?
Oh,
I can bomb, I can bomb.
I'm too
Soldier in.
Can bomb.
We need to get out. Just get out. Get out with me.
Med dead.
Med dead.
Nice.
nice.
Okay.
I am fully charged.
Just watch out behind us.
Yeah, I think if they do
Let's
that.
scout on me.
Oh, good call.
Oh.
Labelle, got him.
Okay,
Oh,
I see
soldiers
both
side.
soldiers.
Yeah, get on high.
Soldier looks
Loads
lower.
of-
Players lower. Players
I'm
lower.
gonna walk at the
Solid
demo
side.
now.
They
I
don't
need an
have.
arrow trap very badly.
They don't have scouts.
Arrow, please.
Demo's crit, took 200 in soul.
I'm capping if you still want to go.
We
He's
can come
alive.
forward. Yeah,
Go
scout
into
feeder.
them lower. Go into
Scout
them
feeder.
lower. Go under
Yeah,
straight
they're
away.
going
Under
last.
straight away.
Soldier on bat's killable.
Under straight away.
Yeah,
Under
yeah.
straight
I'm walking lower now.
We're gonna go under and charge them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Soldier
Right,
scouts.
I'm
Soldier
buffing our
scouts.
soldiers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Demon's trapping top.
I'm just trailing behind.
I'm trailing this one.
Come right.
Sniper top left.
We're gonna end right. Good demo.
Got demo.
Get picked,
Nice.
get picked.
One med.
And left.
Force-
And left. And left.
They got Uber on sniper.
Charging med now.
wait
I'm
for
making
his
big
fade.
distraction. Making big distraction. Come in. Come in.
Oh,
Come in.
nice.
Come in.
Hit 50. Dead.
You're probably wondering why I just charged into an Uber medic and died for no reason. I was guessing that the Uber would expire, but I was wrong. This is one of the downsides of playing with potato graphics. When playing the game in DirectX 9, the default, Uber charges appear shiny and display a flashing effect when they're about to run out. In DirectX 8, a lower setting, Uber charges appear flat and disappear instantly with no indication. If I had timed this charge better and not missed, we could have won the match here. And I'm trying my best not to kick myself for missing that.
Yeah, they're chasing me Africa, probably won't live.
I might be able to deny second if you're going to get lost.
No, I'm just going for mid kill here.
Okay.
Spawning is on.
Can our soldiers pick up my med?
Mid dive.
Nice.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, see if you can get a pick here with Solo.
Yeah, I can chimp on them now.
Yeah, do it.
I'm not with you at all. I'm
Odin charge.
Got the mid.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Huge.
Guys, let's play on me now.
Beam. Double scut.
Yeah, I can bunker you.
I'm doing window.
I am fully charged!
I'm jumping over now.
Charging
Can
heavy.
you charge demo? Heavy?
Play
I'm on
point, play
demo.
point.
This guy's very wrong.
Nice.
Let's go.
GG.
Well played, guys.
After an impressive comeback, we now move on to the second map, Sultry. I don't want to drag on and on, so I'll just skip to the interesting bit.
I'm going to be honest, generally, right. I'm having a stroke. Right doesn't seem
fine.
very good.
Sultry is a much better map for Demoknight, and Logcom's team realizes that we found a way to win every round. They have no choice but to mix things up.
Come first.
Heavy to mid. I'm dead.
It works, and they begin taking rounds. You might think that the heavy is screwing me over specifically, but no. In fact, out of anyone on my team, I ended up getting the most heavy kills. My KD ratio was abysmal in Snakewater, but on Sultry, it started picking back up. Perhaps it's a confidence boost from winning the previous map. Perhaps the enemy team is having a bad time in voice chat and don't know how to counter me anymore. Or maybe the heavy is just feeding me free health. Who's to say? More kills means more health from the katana, meaning I get to have more impact on the match. Eventually, this loses them the game. Well, technically the spy does.
Oh, he's taunting!
Kill him!
The final control point is being
It's beast!
Oh,
Yeah, get him!
Back
Get
up.
him.
Yo.
How many teams have you guys killed? Oh no! Logcom just left. That's crazy.
Oh no.
There's going to be no more teams in our bracket by then.
We just killed a team. We actually just killed a
Oh
team.
no.
Add it to the counter.
No way.
I can't say I was intending to upset my former teammates, but I guess losing to an unusual strategy has mysterious impact. So, what can we take from this chapter? The people you surround yourself with can have a profound effect on how you experience the game. Find the wrong people, and things can turn sour quickly. Perhaps this is what happened in Logcom's case. Meanwhile, I got lucky. To celebrate our victory, Turbo suggested playing some Quake 3. Because he's ancient. You have to have serious trust to download an exe file from some random Google Drive folder. Can't say I would have trusted Flares with that.
All this effort to not play Mario Kart Wii.
True. We're having fucking
I expect you guys to
Wii
install
pods.
the homebrew channel by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you laugh it up. I believe in Bootus. What would Bootus do? Oh. Oh, me and Tomo on the same team. Anyone want to join the losing team? In fact, it's me and you, top frag.
Why did my teammate just push me?
Go.
Guys, rocket only, yeah? Rocket jump and kill Greg. Oh, fuck off.
Get owned.
It's a cockroach.
Rails only isn't this one. Wait, Gregory fell off.
Got him.
Before the round even started.
The max is too crispy.
Oh, the rail.
Get out of there, you fucking freak.
Oof.
Words can't explain how homosexual you are.
Trevor, you like men.
He just sits there waiting for me, like, oh, if he does a cool, epic rocket jump, he's gonna get owned here.
Oh, the whole family is here.
As if.
He's different.
As if.
Quake's fun. I used to play a fair bit of Quake Champions when that game was still relevant. You may have noticed from the hit sounds. Anyway, back to TF2. Week 4 was a default win, so we're skipping straight to Week 5. There's a huge problem though. How do I put this respectfully? For
God's sake.
Food poisoning. Don't laugh. It happens to everyone at some point. You can sympathize with the poor man. You know how hard it was for me to resist adding fart sounds? Be nice. Poor guy is sitting on his phone, making his complaints known. That's right, he's acting as a coach. After all, he is the team's brain.
This is very uncomfortable watching a stream on the toilet. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I need to give you more like motivational support messages like, come on Turbo, you got this.
Per the rules, coaches are not allowed to give advice during gameplay. They can only pop in during pauses or in between maps. We do appreciate Em as a replacement player, but she's not as good as Turbo. Remember, he's a former Premiership player, and he's had more time to get used to our unique playstyle. And he's often the team's main caller. In other words, he's the guy barking instructions to the rest of the team. When playing with Em, someone else has to take that role, and most of us suck in comparison. And that's not even the only problem. Loco's internet is acting up. Under normal circumstances, this match should be easy. But with two of our best players having severe problems, it's not looking good. In fact, I won't go into detail, it's not worth the pain. The first map was actually a 4-1 victory on our part. However, we started having problems on Bagel, a King of the Hill map.
I'm gonna charge main in 2.
Yeah, boss. Go.
Got a scout.
We turn to forward, possibly.
Yeah.
I'm one
Yeah,
back
forward
in.
hold, forward hold. Don't go back in, don't go back in.
They're going left,
Okay, I can charge
I'm
left.
highballing left. I'm highballing it. I'm fading this, I'm fading
Got a scout.
this. They see me.
Oh,
That's huge. Can you act?
Soldier right.
I can charge him.
No.
There's a guy left,
Their mid died.
I'm
Got a
left.
soldier.
It's on stairs
I'm
everywhere.
gonna, let's see. I'm just holding W now. I'm gonna charge demo 2. 1, go. Oh, I got denied.
I'm high. It's fine, I'm high.
My frame rate consistently drops on this map, resulting in bad charge turns. And I haven't played Bagel enough to know where all of the good charge routes are. We have no idea what we're supposed to be doing or where I'm supposed to stand, and it's really screwing us over. It was bad enough to warrant a tactical pause, which resulted in the enemy team mocking us, but we were desperate for Turbo's help. Turbo's advice was not enough, though, and we lost on Bagel, making it a tie game. A game that should have been an easy victory. Oh well. As for week 6, another default win. Huh. When Loco said that there would be no more teams to fight against, he sure wasn't joking, damn. What do I even put in this chapter? Challenges. Oh, this does remind me of a fun story that happened just after we tied the game on week 5. 2 days later, on October 20th, an interesting proposal happened. For you see, that evening, Turbo messaged me out of the blue. It's a challenge for me and his friend.
You got in like an argument with your mumble.
No. It's just like he said something outrageous. Outrageous. He said he would never die to a Demoknight.
Just categorically untrue.
So if we...
Unless he baits his whole team and stays in spawn all game.
Also, you get to play against Draclocker. He's on the other team.
So, Turbo runs around, hastily getting as many people as he can for a quick game of TF2.
Well, I mean, I assume the game ends when we
kill him?
Until he gets to kill.
Yes, the game ends.
Inbot Slayer
whoops.
69.
Whoops.
For a
Jump
demo
on
shed.
demo shed.
Yeah, go. Just go.
Demo to 100.
Scout's all the way behind you, by the way.
I'm on him. He dies.
Wait, did
Does
he
that
kill
count?
Vine?
He died to his own pipe.
Does that count?
We don't know. He hasn't left the server, so I don't know if it counts.
Jimbot does not want to count this as a death, so we continue on.
Scout the
Dungeon demo.
On red.
Demo took...
I'm landing a point.
Guys, demo. On demo. Missed.
Yeah, he's above cafe roof.
They're focusing me, I might die here. I'm lower.
He's gonna choke now.
Demo choke now, choke now.
Oh, I miss. Bad miss. I'm on scout, got him.
Nice.
Red choke.
I'm dead.
I need now.
Pyro's out now. Man. He's just hiding in spawn, what a bitch.
He's out, he's out. Oh, he's just playing in the spawn door.
Yep.
Don't cap, just let him come out.
Yeah.
Got him.
Yes!
Yep.
Alright, it's over. GG. It's over, boys.
We did it, Reddit.
We did it. We're the best.
That was awesome.
Amazing.
What a pointless fucking thing.
It's
so stupid.
It's not that funny. It's not that funny.
I can't believe he would think
You don't
like,
know why he was like him, I'm sorry.
Like, legit, the best demo on planet Earth would die to the demo night at least once. It's just, you can't...
Habib dies to a demo night, like, come on.
Going left.
Alright, thank you everyone for being here for this. That's it.
Is that my end of my TFT for tonight?
That's all it is.
Never heard Turbo laugh like that before.
I know.
I'm going to show a fun montage of scrim clips, but before I do, it's important to know that I use sticky bombs for defending last. To me, regular Demoman is an off-class, not the main class. It's the same as what a scout does when he switches to engineer or heavy or sniper to defend last.
Demo's playing right.
Soldier in.
Soldier piped.
Oh, it's piped.
Oh,
Big.
Oh, he got put in the choke. Oh, it's sticks on right, sticks on right. Demo's on right.
Let me go over. Sticky's here, I can't move.
That's dead. Kill down, kill down.
I'm on demo. Nice.
Both
I'm walking over.
On the soldier. Ooh, the head surf.
I'm ready to go.
I can charge point from here.
Come in, come in,
Okay, I'm
come in.
through.
You're on point.
Got demo. Yeah, trimping top left.
Yeah. Sticks.
Get in.
Top right.
Crit the soldier.
Oh my god.
Get in.
I'm on demo.
It just means he can't play the game on mid anymore.
Yeah, he's just gone. He is literally just gone. I can trimp left. Oh, soldier's bombing on it. Nice.
Other Solly.
No one.
80.
Got him.
Oh,
big air shot.
Oh my god.
Nice. Well played.
Shit, that was fucking epic.
That was fucking crazy. I clipped that as well.
That was Dragon Ball Z, right?
True.
Alright, we can come forward.
No
so
soldiers.
need to stack. They're leaving Valley.
They're leaving.
Yeah, all valley.
I'm still
alley,
gonna go
sorry.
for the mid now.
Solly underpass.
Got mid.
I'm through.
Easy.
Moving.
I got the mid.
Cam.
Huge.
Oh,
Killing scout.
yeah, soldiers in the
Using.
sewer. Soldiers
On
in
demo
the
then.
Oh my god. Took another
Got demo.
Fucking hell. He's 23, so there's...
For 2 down
I got
already.
soldier.
It's fine, we're
Stand
doing
by.
this. All together.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Soldier
I'm
behind
into
me.
them.
I'm into them.
Scout took a 60.
Heavy third.
Both are soldiers.
Got soldier.
The point was to do the thing where we... Oh, it's feasting.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What? Big!
Oh my
big!
God.
Big! Big!
Oh my god.
What?
Well, that was ridiculous.
That was. I feel like every demo night win is not an earned win.
New record!
Demo man! Demo man!
I'm going to
Okay, I got a 6k, but we still lost that game. In fact, we played like garbage. At least I got to play against Civic, my former teammate from many years ago, the same team that Logcom was in. I didn't mention this earlier, but during those double mixes a couple months ago, I also played him there too.
Civic on Pyro? Damn. He hates Pyro.
Okay, you're wondering why I just said that. Many years ago, when the Jungle Inferno update reworked the flamethrower, players discovered that wiggling the mouse back and forth resulted in the exact same damage as aiming perfectly.
Here's a clip of me focus firing down a heavy. Here is me spraying around like an idiot in front of a heavy. Note that it's the same distance. Let's see them side by side. As you can see, it takes roughly the same time to kill that full health heavy. There's also the pyro panic button.
I don't have the footage on hand, so here's a recreation of what happened in a 2017 double mix.
Bye-bye!
Civic was the one who kicked me there, but it was all in good fun. I think. I have some fond memories playing with him, but it's a shame I don't have much footage on hand. We finished with the most points of any team. An excellent start now that we're in playoffs. From here on out, each match will have a pick ban phase to determine which maps get played. Also, instead of 2 maps, we'll play up to 3. It's a single elimination bracket, so one mishap will send us packing. Better choose our maps carefully or we'll pay the ultimate price. Bagel is by far our worst map, not just from a tactical point of view, but also frame rate. Process, fun in casual games, but difficult in competitive. You'd think all the rocks and ramps would be helpful, but it makes the map more technically demanding than the others. Mid has tons of high ground, so you really can't afford to miss any of those trims. Even though I've done my best to relearn the modified geometry, I wouldn't call myself a master yet. Especially since again, my frame rate drops on mid. Product is a great map for us, but there's a caveat. If the enemy team has a cracked sniper, we'll probably lose. Sultry is probably the best Demoknight map. Lots of flat ground, few places to hide from a charge, plenty of ramps for quick rollouts from spawn, and lots of smaller ramps as well. Metalworks has also been good for us. We've had a losing streak at one point on this map, but apart from that, it's been fine. Snakewater is also fine. Same for Sunshine. Nothing remarkable. So, our plan is this. Avoid Bagel and Process at all costs. Avoid Product if they have a good sniper player, and try to pick Sultry whenever possible. Quarterfinals has us playing on Metalworks, Process, and Sultry. An okay map, a bad one, and a great one. Our next opponent is a team called We Love Urabe. Urabe? Okay, I have no idea. I don't know much about this team. However, I will mention that they're streaming the whole thing.
Sometimes
what if he's cheating?
you don't have ammo.
I don't think SolarLight is cheating. I don't think he even cares about this. He just plays a season.
We're in playoffs now. Not just that, we're in the quarterfinals. The time for joking around is over. We need to treat this match with utmost seriousness.
There's a penis rock.
Where?
Come to where I'm stood.
Where are you sitting? What a dog shit call. Come to where I'm stood.
I'm in Blue Valley.
I'm in Blue Valley.
Yeah, we're in Blue Valley.
Dementia?
Yeah, I'm in blue. I'm
in red.
Yeah, shoot flares up, shoot flares up. Yeah, that's a red.
It's red? There's a blue symbol here.
No, but it's a red symbol behind you and a red thing behind you.
Where's the penis rock?
What does your penis look like?
Penis. Look, there's one ball.
There's just a tumour on the side.
One ball, two ball.
You've got fucking cancer, mate. Go to the doctor.
Wait, what do you mean? I thought
Go to the fucking hospital.
Does no one else have this growth at the side of the penis?
Go to the hospital.
Oi, they are trash talking.
More like.
Oh my god. Okay, do you want to go for an Uber here?
The beam is in
I want to see left first.
I've charged.
No stakes, no stakes.
We know where
we can go, we can go.
I'm going for it.
Go. We're in,
Scout, I'm on the mid.
Nice.
Got the 80.
I got mid.
There's so much damage in Elbow.
Watch out for the soldier bombs.
Demo's gonna do the same shit.
Solution.
Demo in.
I'm dying to Demoknight.
Okay, we're moving in 3, 2, 1. Using.
We're in. No gun.
Used in.
Just going. I'll
There
be
is gun. There is gun. Gun's dead.
Gun died.
I'm on demo. Demo next.
Getting
Match
capped on.
at 70.
Shoot players on
Demo's
bridge.
at 70.
I'm on demo.
I'm coming left.
I can hear you left.
Got demo.
There's
My
not
med
damage
is
on them.
on the
Soldier's
end of
50.
the point.
Got scout.
50 soldier on left.
You got arrow.
Scout 50.
Got mid.
Nice.
Oh, he just jumped.
Oh man.
Solar's fucking farming already.
Yeah, that was a solar round right there.
One someone.
Good point. I'm on point.
I can't.
Scout's low.
Scout was
Don't move.
Nice. Demo's behind you now. Lost 200. It's okay. Just know on balcony you're not safe.
Are we doing fast mid again?
Yeah.
I mean, it's working.
Until it stops working, we're gonna do it.
I think we can do it like 2 times in a row before they start actually doing stuff about it.
It's gonna be the same exact shit.
He's right.
I'm high.
Med's
Crit
on the
demo.
back.
Demo's weak as hell. Close. Get him.
That's at 100.
Let's go to me. Both soldiers on me.
Nice.
H2 took 100.
Dead.
I'm really weak.
I'm pressuring behind them. Scouts with them.
How are you dead?
I'm jumping in behind them now.
Oh, fuck. I did see the automatic.
But I'll stop.
Soldier in. It's just him.
That would have been
That's
perfect
why-
if I
that's why.
jumped into a scout to get under the soldier.
I'm not.
You wanna? Well, Chris wasn't gonna work, isn't he?
No, Chris is garbage. I'm up in 2.
Unfortunately, things don't go our way. A series of failed last pushes and other mistakes has us losing Metalworks 2-5.
92. Demo pipe.
Nice one.
You can kill them when you. Good job. Only scout. Good job.
Nice.
This YouTube video ends here, bro.
The Demoknight player is like a YouTuber or something?
To be honest, we were better than them when we were playing decently. We just
We
had a
played
bunch of times where we made like one huge mistake and it cost us an entire round.
It's a bad start, and to make matters worse, I'm not looking forward to Process. As I just mentioned, it's not a great map for me. However, there is the threat of getting eliminated from playoffs. There's no room for excuses. I need to give it my all, or we're done.
Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy.
How in the fuck did we win?
I don't know what's happened. Like their Demoknight is doing nothing.
Sometimes I feel like we are focusing him too much, and then they're just walking at us because we're not looking at them.
I also do feel that the distraction Demoknight is actually powerful.
True.
It is, yeah.
That's basically what Solar was that game when we won.
I don't want to be a distraction though. I want to redeem myself. I want to win.
How you feeling, Solar? Feeling some dutty trimps? Dutty?
You're like a dad trying to communicate with his kids.
We're starting.
You're like trying to remember all the jargon.
How dutty are the trimps, son?
Son, I thought you said that your trimps were dutty. And nice with it.
So absurdly slow. It's not even funny.
Shit, man.
I'm gonna play like top left for a little bit.
They're left.
Oh, it's
Soldier in early. Another one.
I'm dying.
Come in. I'm bombing it. Demo's so hurt. Let's go.
Huge.
That's dead.
Shoot, white scout. Oh, they wiped. Okay. What the?
I wallbugged in, jeez.
Yeah. No way.
I wallbugged backwards.
That was a crack addict mid from them.
Yeah.
Well, they just wanted to meet us with like unexpected aggression.
Gun died.
Come in, Sol.
I'm reloading in the
Oh,
Choose
they're
Demo's
left.
nuked in spawn. Demo's rolled.
Demo's 50 HP.
He's resub.
It's bad. Let's look. 2
Three
soldiers.
Caloopers. We need to build.
Demo's
I don't
maybe watching
see-
Spy.
Japanese.
Okay. It's
You're
Spy.
not the spy.
Spy on point.
Shoot spy.
Soldier turtle.
I got trick stabbed. No.
Demo.
I'm getting a pack.
Solid 70, Solid 100.
Oh, trick stabbed!
Soldier dead, Soldier
Oh,
dead.
nice.
I'm fighting
Here,
around.
here.
Heal up. Play with kills.
One left.
Okay.
We are 90, we are 90.
Get through.
I'm busy
go,
Nightfall,
go.
I'm busy Nightfall.
I'm through.
Smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah,
Demo's
we're
close.
going.
Slow side
Yeah,
charging.
get them. They're closer. Nice. Come into red.
Let's get it.
Demo's,
Shoot the soldier in front. Our front.
I'm on the soldier frog.
We're gonna have to use here. We need to go exchange.
Yeah.
I got the guy frog.
They have no demo.
Cut.
Kill this med. You'll be close.
That's
alley.
on point. Go now.
It's really hurt.
Med died.
Kill the soldier now. Nice.
I think it's over.
It's never trouble, bro.
Why were we on crits for so long?
It kept working.
Charging left door. Charging point actually.
Why are you taunting? There was a scout!
My team got it.
Massive retard!
Despite Turbo's worries and a careless round loss, the time limit is near its end. We've won, and one thing's abundantly clear. I've just dodged a bullet. Actually no, I've gotten hit by all of them. My performance on Process was the worst of my entire season. It was unacceptable, and I can't let that happen again.
If I see you go for this shrimp in the game, I'm killing you. Because this is such a fucking
So
ridiculous shrimp. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is not going to work.
I know.
Our next opponent, a team named Midpanda. A team you may not recognize until I point out that this is Civic's team. Remember when I got an epic 6k which didn't matter because we lost anyway? Yeah, that team. We've actually beaten this team before in a scrim. On Metalworks too. Convenient because it's one of the maps we're playing this match. If things go well, we'll beat them again. However, the chances of us winning the entire thing are slim. Even if we do win against Midpanda, the grand finals would pit us against... a team of cracked Russians who will tear us to shreds. Perhaps their cursed bitrate would also infect the rest of my clips, my god. We go into our match against Midpanda understanding that this is a battle for second place.
Are we red team?
Yeah.
Scientifically, red team is better.
That's bollocks.
It's true. There was a scientific study showing that red team win more than blue team.
That is how studies work. A single study proves a scientific fact. That is definitely how it works.
Well, I have more studies than you have disproving it.
Yes.
What a nice guy.
Blue team.
Unfortunately, it's another bad start. The fact that we even practiced against them may have been to our detriment. You've heard me complain about a lack of scrims, questioning why teams even do this, but I already know the true reason why. 6v6 players want to practice the tried and true matchup, because that's what every other team is doing. There is very little point in practicing a fringe counter-strat that will only be relevant against one team. However, the refusal to scrim us created a unique advantage that we were abusing throughout the whole season. For many of our opponents, their first exposure to a Demoknight was during the most important moment, an official match. By then, it's too late for practice, and these teams would typically pay the price. In contrast, we've fought against the meta composition in almost every single one of our games. The idea is, we know how to play against you, but you don't know how to play against us. As evidenced by the previous team we won against, simply focusing the Demoknight as hard as possible does not guarantee a win, as it doesn't protect you from the other players. Midpanda, however, differs. They had played against us before, multiple times. Midpanda has an opportunity to beat us, and it's working.
I might just waddle, to be honest, because I'm bombing forwards, dying, and then I'm watching you guys, and you're just where I was before I bombed.
Right.
It's like you guys just don't even... I'm bombing so you guys can get in.
Yeah.
And you're just playing so
like...
insanely slow and passively. Like, we're against the clock. We can't have time to buff everyone for every single push. We're a demo night team. We have to be in.
A 2-5 loss has us moving on to Snake Order. It's desperate times. Lose here, and it's over.
3, 2, 1, I'm in. I'm landing somewhere.
I'm pushing scout left.
Yeah.
Their beam is not
I'm charging demo. Shoot demo.
Got medic.
Demo.
Solly's top.
Shoot.
I'm bunkering
I died.
With exchange on point. We're not
getting
leave it slow.
I can charge the scout perhaps.
Someone's gonna be behind his post.
Yeah, I'll chase him.
Oh, no, I got med body blocked me, man.
That was not a good trade.
Point is being captured. Flawless defeat.
Good thing my router arrived recently. What a coincidence.
Ugh, that was a bad way to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably our worst game ever. Not gonna lie.
I'm not entirely sure why we picked metal.
Oh, we were.
I think
playing
metal was
well
fine. Yeah, I think metal was fine.
We just
it's not the pick.
We did not play well.
I think they did their fucking homework on us.
Probably, but we did still play pretty bad.
Yeah.
Thing is, I didn't feel like I personally played particularly bad. I just felt like I was baited every time I tried to do anything.
Yeah.
I was just being repeatedly baited by my teammates. He has a
oh
sword,
man,
not a
we
gun.
had three points in that game where we could have capped the point. It was fucking beefed.
Yeah.
If only we had stickies.
I don't actually think any one person is...
No, yeah.
Like, that's not how it works. There's no
It's
one
like-
person that's like, you did the worst.
Man, imagine if both Demoknight teams lose. That'd be sad.
That'd be sad.
Buko on the sniper takes down Auto. That's the medic drop. It's the quadruple pick comp right now. They're going for it. They're going to try and take control of the point. But with Odin getting caught here, with Buko falling, and everything going wrong for them right now. A disadvantage right now for Aware. As Luby want to make it happen. You can see Keshal hunting for some of these players. They slip back round. They focus on the point. The players all fall. And Aware are out. It is all Luby, baby, as they take the grand finals and they take Div 1.
The video would have been more poetic if we made it all the way to grand finals, and I even had some epic music saved just in case. Unfortunately, life is not scripted, and I have to take what I can get. As anticlimactic as this was, it wasn't the end of the story. I've prepared one last chapter for you, and it's probably the most important one. Enjoy.
I'm actually very happy with how we did. I kind of thought that we'd win some, we'd lose some, and not really reach playoffs.
The season was fun, and I didn't expect to even make playoffs, let alone get third place.
Reaching playoffs is a pretty big achievement, and even going to the semi-finals I think is really, really impressive, just because of the expectations I didn't have for this team. The way we lost the semi-finals bums me out a little bit, because I think we all kind of know that we can play better than that. I would have liked to have ended it with a closer game at least.
Irrespective of the result, it was a good time with good people. Even the YouTubers.
I'm super happy with the people we got as well. I mean, I knew H2 and Google before playing, of course, but I didn't know you until we started playing Pastime, and I knew Turbo a little bit, but not enough, and I definitely didn't know Loco. I'm really happy that we sort of bounced well off of each other, because that was definitely a big fear of mine, that we got people that were just like complete assholes, or just not chill at all. But luckily that didn't happen.
Yeah, it was a fun season. Had a lot of fun with the Goofy Swordman. Something new, lots to learn, and got to shoot people and have fun in my video game.
Playing with the Demoknight was actually way more fun, and I think that's probably because I'm playing Roma, so my entire life is to just like feed my face off. But there's this thing where like if you're playing Soldier and your demo is a Demoknight, it's really easy to like coordinate with your team. When Demoknight presses right click on his mouse, then you bomb and you go in. It's like really simple, it doesn't require that much coordination. So I found it a lot more fun than with a regular demo, because I can just like follow Solar into stupid mishaps that he gets himself into all the time and then die. It was fun.
I thought it would be a lot worse than it was, but a lot of the things that I expected to happen did happen. For example, last pushes were tricky. We had to really plan out exactly how we were going to do last pushes, and mainly killing the sentry. We ended up figuring it out, but still, like, it's so much harder to push last with a Demoknight. When they figured out that we didn't have stickies and stopped being scared of the Demoknight, the soldiers were just completely free to get in and do extremely deep bombs, which really our scouts can't really do much about. I actually enjoyed it on Viaduct, weirdly. I did not think that I would like playing it, but I actually had fun. It was a fun way of playing Viaduct, and I really didn't expect that. Of course, it's Product, not Viaduct. Sorry, I'm old.
It certainly has its challenges. I think the lack of spam from not having a regular demo man made some situations quite difficult, especially for me as Pocket Soldier, because I became the only source of spam in the entire combo. So a lot of the time, if I wasn't getting a lot done, we'd really struggle. However, on the flip side of that, the ability for our Demoknight to instantly turn a situation on its head did regularly make up for the lack of pure damage output.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Solar managing to get a key pick at the perfect time, or even multiple picks, could almost single-handedly win us rounds. I remember our week 3 match on Snakewater would have been a defeat if not for Solar killing the enemy medic multiple times where he would have otherwise lived if we had a normal demo man. The ability to create something out of nothing that the Demoknight has just can't really be replicated by any other class besides possibly Sniper, but even then, not to the extent of the Demoknight.
Most valuable player? Clearly me. I'm the fucking GOAT.
Definitely not H2. It was not H2. If I have to give it to someone, it's definitely Loco, because he had to switch roles as well. He normally played Roamer and now he played Pocket, which in today's meta isn't really that different, Roamer or Pocket, but still it's a role swap nonetheless.
Our best player on his day would definitely be Loco. He really did a lot of damage for us because we didn't have a lot of damage output. When he was on it, he would kill anyone in his way. And also, I want to say the MVP, just in terms of their attitude throughout the whole thing, would be Greg. You may have not played the best all the time. Greg is like one of the most positive people I've ever been around.
I think for me, the obvious answer is Turbo. I think they played consistently well throughout the season, and when they hit that Uber charge on Process Mid, everybody went crazy. They truly changed the way I think about Medic. And honestly, they were consistently hitting nice Uber charge throughout the season, and it was a really impressive thing to witness. So yeah, my MVP has to be Turbo Monkey. Turbo Monkey.
Monkey. Least valuable player. That's such. I don't know if I want to answer this. I don't think.
Clearly Turbo, that guy's a fucking noob.
Whoever taunts on the point in front of me is the least valuable player. Just don't taunt on the point, for God's sake.
What a fucking retard!
I think the LVP is not very concrete. I think we all played really well. I'm not really sure on who to give it to, so I'm just gonna say definitely no concrete answer.
Flares. One word, Dutch. Oh, sorry I missed the scream, guys. I was busy eating stroopwafel while wearing clogs and living in a windmill. Pathetic. If you are Dutch and have been offended by this very accurate impression, please contact me personally at SolarLight at...
I am not going to play anymore. It was only really going to be a one season thing for me, just because I wanted to help out Flares. Not that I don't think the team was fun. I actually really enjoyed my time with the team. I got on with everyone. It was fun. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm looking to play regular 6v6 just because that's how I like to play. I'll be leaving and probably going to play in a Div 2 or Div 1 team because I would like to play Prem again. That's the whole reason why I've come back.
The plan since joining this team was to brush off some of the cobwebs from not playing competitive for a year and a half, and then reform my previous team in order to play in a higher division. As of the time of this interview, that is still the plan, and me and Turbo are putting the pieces together right now to make that happen.
After the season, I'm probably not going to play sixes. I don't hate sixes particularly, but it's not my ideal way of playing TF2. Like, there's not a ball in this game. There's no ball. Like, how do you play a game mode that doesn't have a ball in it? Like, genuinely.
It's kind of hard to say. The next season is quite far away, and I think TF2 has just been eating up a lot of time for me. I'm not sure what I'm doing next season, but I am for sure looking forward to the off season where I can chill a little bit more.
Well, right now, I'm potentially playing some Soldier with Apollo, which will be a lot of fun. And I've been playing Path of Exile 2, which is great fun.
When I first came into this team, I would have been one of those people that'd be like, yeah, fucking ban it. Fuck that shit. I hate playing against it. And I will say, I definitely don't ever want to play against the Demoknight. But I don't think it should be banned. In fact, I think a lot of my opinions have changed.
Odin, the Div 1 player, came second place in Div 1, which means next season he's probably going to play Prem. And if you look at the trend of ETF2L in the past, if Prem players en masse don't like something, it will get banned.
If people want to do it, let them do it, and then people will eventually figure out how to play against it. It shouldn't just be banned, because it has serious downsides. It has some upsides, but serious downsides. I don't think you're going to see a lot of people run it, just because, first of all, you have to be really good at Demoknight for it to work.
If you're good enough at Demoknight to make it worth sacrificing pipes and stickies for, then by all means give it a go and see if you can make it work. But if you're putting on a shield for the first time, you might just want to stick with what you know. I do think it has a place as a legitimately effective alternative playstyle when done by the right players.
You can't just slap on the charging charge and all the weapons and shit. So there you go, I don't even know if you're using the fucking charging charge. That's how little I know about the weapons.
The meta of sixes is just 4 classes, which can be boring, but every class sees play in sixes. It's just not permanent. You will see heavy, engineer, pyro and sniper in basically every sixes match. And spy is pretty common as well. They're just not permanently run, because they are specialised classes. They're only useful in certain situations. But when those situations come up, people do play these classes in sixes.
We killed him, man. We were...
Yeah, come on.
I called it! And I called it!
Yo. When I actually think back to my opinion, I'm not as strict as I thought. Because I've played for so long, I've seen the maps that we play change, the weapons change, everything.
Switching 100! What?
In a sense, if I was a super strict sixes player, I would have quit when they introduced the medic speed buff, whatever. So I'm not. I've played a lot with the changes that have happened in the game. The sixes community does and will change when new things come around. When it first starts, there's pushback, but they eventually will all start. New players will come along and it'll just be the normal thing. And when I think about my opinion about how I want to play sixes, it's different. I'm not as set in stone because I think that you could introduce a couple of different game modes. Like King of the Hill, everyone agrees with is a good Sixes game mode, right? But there used to be Capture the Flag when we started doing tournaments and whatever.
Goddamn snipers. So I
No, that's just cheat. Did you see that? He did the taunt right there with the intelligence in his hand and...
On 2.4, it was awful. But then we also played it on Turbine as well, which again, Turbine is the worst map in the history of TF2. It's really bad. But the actual game mode itself, I think, has quite big potential. The same with Attack and Defend on Gravel Pit. Gravel Pit used to be an absolute staple of competitive TF2 and 6v6. A lot of people really looked forward to watching a game on Gravel Pit in finals because it was so... There was this special feeling that you got when you were sat at a LAN, for example. I think it was I-43 or I-46.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to I-46. It's Team Fortress 2!
You watch these teams scrambling to get the last point, to win the whole thing, and everyone's jumping up onto the last point.
And so what are Mix-Up going to do? Are they going to try and come in immediately? The SG does go down, and they are sending a heavy in very, very aggressively here. Soldiers are coming in. It looks like they're going to try and do this without Uber. Demoman has jumped up over onto the point. Platinum up there. I believe Tyrone has been tracking him and takes him down. And without this Uber, well, it could still work. They're just about to have their Uber medic healing the heavy, and they're going to be walking that up to the point.
I think there's definite potential there for these game modes to be played in Sixes.
There is still a lot of the players, but they're sitting on the tower and they're very susceptible to spam. Medic goes up, trying to do some deathmatch. We also have Ruin up there. One scout takes him down, and Mix-Up are going to take CP Gravel Pit in a nail biter.
The only issue is the maps are really dated. Like I said, Turbine is... Even public players don't like Turbine, right? 6v6 Turbine was horrendous. It was one of the worst maps that was ever created. And Gravel Pit is really old. It doesn't take into account players' movement nowadays. So you'd need brand new maps to be made. And I think if you maybe did something like incorporate how Pastime do their arenas, there's surf things around and bring it up to date with how modern movement mechanics work, there's definite potential for these game modes to be played. I don't think many Sixes players would agree with that, especially now. That would be a bit of a fringe opinion. Because none of them played them, none of them were around, and none of them watched it. And it would make maybe a public player see, oh, they play Capture the Flag, I love Capture the Flag. Maybe it would encourage more people to play it, because some people maybe they wouldn't want to just only play 5 CP and like one King of the Hill map a season. Maybe they want to play different stuff.
Competitive players are sometimes toxic, but not all the time. I mean, some of the worst people I've met come from TF2 Sixes, but some of the best people I've met come from TF2 Sixes. So, who am I to judge? I think it's just a sign of video games in general. I think toxic players exist in every game you've ever played. And it's not Sixes that makes people like this. It's just video games. It's just humans are like this.
We're just, after like each... Oh, no. Dude. Come the fuck on.
Are we gonna forget that one time someone told me to kill myself because I have a 4v4 participant badge? A 4v4 participant badge. He told me to kill. That is fucking crazy. In casual. Was a casual player. Called me like a stinky comp player. Damn. What did I ever do to you? Welcome to the internet, man.
There are toxic people in every community. In all my time playing competitively, I haven't found there to be a greater number of toxic people in comp. If you go in with an open mind, you'll find that most people are perfectly normal, and the people that are toxic are very easy to spot and even easier to ignore.
So 6v6 is just like Quake. There might have been an argument for that when there were no unlocks in the game at all. And it was like 2 soldiers, 2 scouts, demo, and medic. Because technically, there are like different weapons from Quake that they've made into a whole class. But the way TF2 is now is absolutely nothing like Quake. People who say that either have never played Quake or have never played TF2 or whatever, that's just a ridiculous thing to say. Because TF2 is all about, it's in the name, teamwork. You need to have a medic. There isn't anything in Quake that you need, right? Everyone can do everything. It's just about the weapons you pick up and the movement mechanics. And even when you look at the team modes for Quake, not just the 1v1, because obviously the 1v1 is nothing like TF2. If you took like team capture the flag, it's nothing like TF2. You just happen to be on a team with 3-4 other people, right? Flying around, picking up weapons and power-ups. There is team play, but it's not baked in. You can still absolutely shit on the other team completely on your own.
Oh, nice shot.
Oh. So it's not a very good comparison. As much as I wish it was, because, you know, you give Medic and LG. Whew.
Entered Quaken. We'd have a Medic.
Stop pushing me.
God.
What the fuck?
Not at all. 99% of competitive players started out as casual players. It's been well over a decade now, but I still remember walking around, bumping into things, and generally being a clueless free-to-play noob when I first installed the game. And I still have very fond memories of playing pubs with my friends after school, congering around the map, or playing Pootis on 2 Fort. Competitive players aren't completely different people to regular TF2 players, despite what some people might have you believe. It's just that our favourite aspect of the game lies more in its mechanical depth and difficulty, rather than the well-crafted cast of characters, or the hats, the TF2 economy, or funny casual antics. But that doesn't mean we consider any of those other aspects of the game bad.
There's so much misinformation out there, even amongst, you know, the highest levels of sixes. People just don't know how Demoknight works. Like, if you watch an Odin game on Twitch, you'll see people in chat think he's cheating. Because they're like, well, I can't turn that much, he must be using scripts, or he must be using cheats. When he just has, like, a config with high FPS that lets him turn fast. And, like, being able to turn faster because your FPS is a certain way is really, really fucking stupid. But it doesn't mean Odin's cheating. He just has a computer that can run at like 800 FPS. And because other players don't have that config that lets them have that high frame rate, they can't do the charges that Odin and SolarLight can do, so they think it's cheating. I've never played with or against Odin, so I have no idea if he's using wall hacks or something, because he's been accused of that a few times. But I can say with like extraordinary confidence that he isn't cheating in a way that lets him turn more than other people. That's just how Demoknight works. And the reason people think it's cheating is because they don't know how Demoknight works.
Competitive players caused Meet Your Match and ruined casual play. Meet Your Match ruined fucking competitive TF2. If anything, there has always been hype for a official matchmaking system for competitive, right? That was always something that the competitive community wanted, and that's what Valve wanted as well. But they botched it so hard that people literally decided, okay, well, there's no future for TF2 anymore. We're gonna play Overwatch. That update literally caused like the sentiment that competitive TF2 is just over, it's dead. And I think people that are still holding grudges from 2016, it's time for us to like move on. 2016. Fucking Leafy is Here was still popular in 2016. Can we talk about that? 2016!
The competitive community was probably the most disappointed by the Meet Your Match update. Even without playing in a league or being a member of the comp community, you can't honestly say that that update was what comp players wanted. It obviously wasn't. Imagine spending years hoping that your favourite game will be taken seriously. Spending thousands of hours getting good, spending thousands of dollars to go to LANs, to either compete or produce the streams and put on a good show, spending months writing a letter to Valve asking for a little bit of acknowledgement, and having all the prominent members of your community sign this letter just to hear nothing back. And then, when you're told there's going to be a competitive matchmaking focused update, sending boatloads of resources on how to successfully bring competitive TF2 to the public, and how to balance weapons based off of the knowledge of many top players with tens of thousands of hours of experience, literally sending people to Valve to meet with developers and help forge a vision for what the update should be, and then the update comes out. The update that your community is pinning its hopes for the future on. the update that might lead to the game being taken even remotely seriously, and none of the balance changes are what you suggested. The entire matchmaking system is intrinsically flawed and not what you asked for in the slightest. The system as a whole is completely broken for weeks afterwards. This update that the competitive community had been praying for years. The update that members in the community had been using as a reason to stick it out for a few more months and spend some more money and travel thousands of miles to produce a LAN or charity event to keep playing and to keep putting on a good show for the viewers is a complete and utter failure. And to add to the disappointment and misery of the update itself, you're then the ones being blamed for it. You're being told it's your fault that the game is ruined. If the competitive community had complete control over what the Meet Your Match update was, it wouldn't have been anything like what Valve put out.
Valve wasn't even aware about ESEA. They had no idea what ESEA was, which is like the only tournament that is hosted or that exists for American TF2 pretty much. Which is fucking shocking. It really, like, Seagull was telling me, this was like moments before Overwatch came out, that he couldn't believe it. And like at that point he just thought, I'm fucking done. The only person that obviously I think has ever had any interaction with Valve from a fucking balancing standpoint is Banny. It's just one person. What was it? They wanted to buff the reserve shooter. Most competitive players will have a very, very, very similar thought process as to what would help the game as Banny. So instead of it just having, you know, the devs just listening to one person and not questioning or taking his judgment seriously because it is just one person, you'd have Banny's opinion plus also reinforcement from other notable people of the community to support like his reasoning as to why you wouldn't want to fucking buff the reserve shooter. Let's try it. So let's say I was a fucking brand new player. Right. Imagine fucking having, like, playing CSGO and people not having to, you know, map selections. People will go fucking apeshit. It's because not everybody wants to play fucking Assault in CSGO. Like, at all. Like, nobody would want to fucking play Office. Unless you want to fucking join a 26-man fucking community server. It's an absolute fucking piss take. And I've got to sit through this shitty map. I mean, let's do some fucking basic training. If I was someone that's never played this game before. Brilliant. I can have basic training for 4 fucking classes. Like, look at this shit. Like, I don't know how Valve can fucking sit there and just think, yep, the game's alright, we're doing a good job. Like your fucking players have no idea how to play the fucking game. These people are just going to end up fucking hating the game. These are the people that are going to think it's shit. He's not even fucking cloaked! What the fuck is that? Like, how they managed in one update fuck 2 communities in the fucking arsehole. I am genuinely impressed.
It is currently the 26th of March, 2025, so about a month before the video comes out. I started working on this in May of last year, 2024, so it's been nearly a year. That's probably too much time to spend on one video, and to be honest, I really want to get this thing done. You know what? Casual gameplay as filler footage, why not? I'm writing the script at 5 in the morning. As much as I liked making this video, the work has gotta end somewhere. From the moment I started playing Demoknight, all the way back then, I was inspired to compete. It may have taken 1 decade, but I finally had the chance to do it proper. No concessions, no grenade launchers, no custom game modes specifically built for the purpose. Genuine competitive play as Demoknight. Was I a perfect player? No, but I can't be. I can't live up to the expectations I've been setting for myself. It's impossible. I'm just a human being. Can I cope by blaming my computer? Yes, I can. Am I going to live in constant fear that Valve will patch the bug and render my entire playstyle weaker? Maybe. Either that or ETF12 will end up banning it, depending on how far Odin goes. Look, comp players, I may not share your opinions. I may not be good at using sticky bombs. I may not have confidence in the game's popularity as an esport. Let's be honest, I'm not the only one there. I'm not asking for Demoknight to be meta. That ship has sailed nearly a decade ago. All I ask is for somewhere to be. Besides casual mode and Uncletopia, I mean. I've been so focused on making videos that I forgot how much I missed playing competitive. It's a good excuse for a group of 6 to make friends and play together on a consistent basis, and that's hard to come by in a casual setting. Especially after Valve killed community servers and replaced quick play with matchmaking. I still miss the LAN events. The company that was hosting them in the UK basically went under. I went there every year and now it's just gone. My extended family, gone. Look, casual players. I still appreciate funny shenanigans. I am capable of the funny. I think silliness is great, in moderation. I absolutely agree that the casual nature of this game should be preserved. Replacing quick play with matchmaking was a mistake, but it shouldn't be to the point where the actual balance of the game starts getting ruined for the sake of the funny. It shouldn't get to the point where the mere existence of organized competitive play gets people angry. You can't blame people for wanting a competitive matchmaking system. You can't get mad at people for wanting more careful, deliberate game balance. People care about this game, and sometimes new additions to said game are poorly executed and dilute what the game was. And because people care, they complain. They ask for nerfs or reversions. If you're curious on why things get banned or you want to comment about it, make sure you check up-to-date whitelists first. I don't want to see more false rumors being spread around. It's quite frustrating to correct people all the time because they didn't check whitelist.tf. Like really, there is a small subset of players who genuinely think the Bison was banned for being OP. What? TF2 was such a great, simple game when it launched. You had your class, you had your stock items, and that was it. The most fun you could have online, apparently. But then Valve started adding stuff. Neat, at least at first. That said, one terrible decision in particular, a decision so bad that it split the community into 2 sides, but this could have been fixed with a nerf, or by removing it. Instead, Valve started catering to an entirely different free-to-play audience, and things started to degrade. Perhaps this is a subject that warrants more dissection in a future video, but to summarize briefly, the introduction of the monetization system fundamentally changed the entire game, and not necessarily for the better. Sure, the player count exploded when the game became free. You could argue that this was a massive success, a huge benefit to the game. You wouldn't even be watching this video if the game wasn't free. I wouldn't have considered playing the game otherwise. But in exchange, the actual gameplay of Team Fortress 2 was neglected to make way for this new system. Players are now required to jump through large hoops just to get access to the game's content. Did you know that it's literally impossible to obtain every weapon in the game as a free-to-play account? Unless you wait until Christmas to get 1 backpack expander per year. Imagine installing the game in January and having to wait 11 months until December. It's unacceptable. Many of these weapons are better than stock, or otherwise they're very useful to have as a brand new player. You could argue that giving new players every single weapon in the game from the start would result in an over-choice problem. But if that's the case, why have 10 billion items? A good portion of these weapons serve absolutely zero purpose, are never used by players, and just make the game more complicated for no reason.
they've had to do so much shit to the rocket jumper so then people finally understand that it doesn't do any damage. Like, what the fuck is this? No random critical hits. That doesn't mean fucking shit. Just have, like, a fucking description that says, this weapon does no fucking damage.
Valve should have been more careful when adding stuff to this game. It shouldn't have been so willy-nilly, but because they had a store to manage, they were incentivized to offload as much junk into the game as they could. I can't definitively say what their intentions were with this. Maybe they were just truly incompetent. Maybe they didn't think about the whole new player retention thing. But I can't ignore the possibility that things were more sinister. When you're selling a busted item for real money, why would you nerf it? Why not keep it that way to drive sales? Why would you not monopolize a brand new, free-to-play, casual audience as hard as possible, even if it's at the expense of the original players who'd like the game for what it was? Yes, if you know what you're doing, you'll just trade for the items instead. But you're only going to do this if you're well aware of the TF2 economy. If you've just installed the game, you might see the in-game store as the only way. Veterans have to go out of their way to warn new players not to waste their money. The free-to-play backpack experience is dumb, on the same level as muting free-to-play accounts. Counter-Strike manages to be free without locking the AK-47 behind a paywall or a tedious grind, yet nobody talks about this because we're all veterans. We all paid up like 10 years ago and forgot about it. It's yet another barrier preventing a competitive matchmaking system from ever delivering an optimal experience. It's yet another barrier preventing new players from simply enjoying the game. It's yet another thing that's going to kill the game in the long term if nothing is done. What's that? You just watched an interesting tutorial for a subclass? Have you just learned the basic gist of what every weapon does and you want to give them a try? Too bad, you have none of his weapons. Better pray to RNGesus that you get 10 Demoknight drops in a row. I can't be bothered with this. I'll just buy the Demoman class pack. That's what Valve wants new players to think. They've probably earned millions of dollars from this. The fact of the matter is, if Valve added a functioning, competitive matchmaking system in 2007 or 2008, it likely would have succeeded. Players could have been given every weapon by default, just like how the TF2 Classic mod handles its own weapons. There wouldn't have been as many weapons, so no overchoice problem. The much discussed gap between casual and competitive play would have been non-existent. Valve would have been free to dictate the rule set and map pool as they pleased. The game was much simpler back then, so keeping the two experiences similar would have been a much easier task. There weren't as many maps and game modes in the game, so the player base wouldn't be as fragmented. There would simply be more players playing the competitive matchmaking queue, and you wouldn't be sitting there waiting for 10 hours. The optimal classes in both 12v12 and 6v6 were very similar. The major differences were how many of them you used per team. The original 6 maps were smaller, and often played better in smaller team sizes regardless. There's a rumour/theory that the game was originally designed to be 8v8, only swapping to 12v12 within the last month of playtesting, right before the game launched. There's no concrete proof of this, so take this with a massive grain of salt, but there are enough weird testimonies and coincidences that make it seem plausible. Valve liked the 8v8 team size enough for it to be used several times within the game, even after launch. When looking for screenshots and footage, I was not able to find any proof of a 12v12 server before September of 2007. If we assume that the 8v8 conspiracy theory is true, the 6v6 team size is a hell of a lot closer to the original intended experience than modern TF2 is. As for whether the meta class composition is what Valve intended to happen, I can't say. Do we even like TF2, or do we like Valve's modified version of it? Is it fair to say that 6v6 isn't TF2, when the modern TF2 we play is not representative of the original product either? Oh, but the updates are sanctioned by Valve, so it's not a mod. But it did fundamentally change the entire game into something it wasn't, so how do we treat this? Is it fair to say that a weapon rebalance server is classic TF2 when in fact it's not classic TF2? Is TF2 Classic a faithful representation of classic TF2? Some would say no, but it's still fun. People still have fun with it. Was Team Fortress 2 always silly? Most of the funny taunts didn't exist in 2007. Payload, the game mode that some of you only play, was not in the game when it launched. Pyro's shift as a character is an entirely different can of worms. He wasn't always cute. The game had a unique art style, but it took itself somewhat seriously. Sure, players could goof off, but they had more limited means to do so. The gameplay is what kept players coming. Not the taunts, not the conga, not even the hats. It was the most fun you could have online. That being said, what the hell even is TF2 anymore? Can you really blame competitive players for being so conservative? Part of me wonders what would have happened if Valve paid more attention to the art style of the game. If they took greater care when selecting new maps for the map pool and didn't add too many at once. If they made more deliberate choices when adding cosmetics. If they were more careful with weapon design. Like not giving Scout a stun mechanic, complete idiocy.
Overwatch.
Not like any of this matters nowadays though. At this point, moving forward, the player base is only here for modern TF2. It's the only TF2 they've ever known. So in that sense, Valve should make the game playable for both sides. Prioritize the casual player base because they are the majority after all, but don't make reckless changes that ruin the game's balance. Let players enjoy both sides of the coin. As long as Valve provides a satisfying product for everyone, we can stop arguing, but they haven't done that. They've screwed up, and that's their fault. We should be holding them accountable. If bringing back quick play is what will make casual players happy, then sure, I'm with that. Where I personally disagree is the nonsensical buffing of items that already functioned fine in a casual environment. You know what I did when I was faced with a truly insurmountable number of nerfs? I continued regardless, because Demoknight is fun. I pushed forward, despite some people telling me no. I personally believe that more people should try playing the game in unconventional ways. Competitive players should be more respectful to teams that are off-classing, and casual players should try using more items for once, instead of begging for buffs. I have always advocated for novel ways of playing TF2. I don't need aim assist or tons of buffs to do that. As long as something is usable to a reasonable degree, which it is, I don't understand the complaining. I need to say one final thing. If you intend to copy my shenanigans and play Demoknight in a competitive league, or any other class for that matter, I highly advise experimenting with one of the meta classes first. I did not go into this video while blind. I had prior experience with the Sticky Bomb launcher for multiple seasons. Granted, this was 7 years ago, but those experiences still helped. My teammates were also quite good, and to be honest, I got carried in some cases. I can't guarantee that your off-classing journey will go well, but if you intend to try it, it's good to understand how the other classes play. I understand that you might not enjoy Scout, Soldier or Demo, but playing these classes is a necessary step for getting good at the game, even in casual mode. I do think the lack of scrims could be solved if enough meme teams started signing up at the same time, because then they could scrim each other, but I really can't guarantee anything long term. I was going to play the conclusion from here, but you know what, no, I'm still mad. This comment is still beyond stupid. If you really want to blame competitive players for meet a match, then by that logic, wouldn't the casual scene be responsible for the vast majority of things wrong with TF2? I mean, Valve catered to them for the vast majority of TF2's life. Wouldn't it make sense? No. In fact, I'm pretty sure most of you will reject this list on sight. Some of the things I put on here are absolutely beyond stupid, but that's also the point I'm trying to make. I mean, if competitive players are responsible for Valve's actions, then anytime Valve fucks up for the sake of casual players, we should hold them accountable, right? Do you ever see any fresh install players complaining that they can't talk in chat? Because, you know, casual players asked for a bot fix and got exactly what they wanted and ruined the game? No. No one says that, because we all mutually understand that this is not the ideal outcome that we wanted. Valve did something completely different that we weren't expecting. And rightfully so, Valve does get flack for this. But when it comes to the inclusion of casual mode and replacement of quick play, something that happened under very similar circumstances, where Valve just did something out of the blue, now it's time to blame the competitive scene for Valve's actions that we had no way of knowing about or controlling. What? It shocks me the lengths people go to bootleg a billion-dollar company, no, multi-billion-dollar company, They will do anything except blame the company. They have to find someone else, a scapegoat. I'm not asking you to suddenly drop pubs and play sixes. What I am asking is for you to use your brain. Hold Valve accountable. That is all.
After 9 years in development, hopefully it will have been worth the wait.
There's a lot on the line here. Whoever wins this game will have a guaranteed slot in Prem next season.
I've already seen a lot of established Prem players kind of crying about it. You know, they really don't want to see him in Prem at all. So they're going to be rooting for Luby.
The Demoknight goes in, Kiddo goes down once more, it's a complete collapse, he gets the medic as well, somehow, and oh my god, ridiculous. He gets Kajal as well, it's just Nati left standing wondering what the hell just happened to the rest of the team. They don't know. He has the decall. He's on enemies. Once he's right behind all of them. He gets the medic as well. He gets the soldier too. What the hell? He gets his 2Ks. He got one on the upper map as well. He charges better. What?
It doesn't matter.
Odin, the crusher of dreams.
Oh my
says
god.
No. Officially, this is the end. It's been over for a few minutes now. But Aware are going to be your Season 49 Division 1 champions. And if the core of this team sticks together, I believe it's 3 or 4 out of the members have to stay, they will get a guaranteed slot into the next season, Season 50 of Premiership.
Yeah, what a number as well. So Season 50, it's such a huge important number, and it's gonna be the first season where we see someone completely switch up the game.
Live coaching by SolarLight as well.
Yeah, SolarLight just in his ear, telling him what to do.
Before I was, a staunch elitist, I would definitely have been on the side of banning unlocks that I didn't like. But my mind's been changed. I think people should just play with weapons that they want, as long as they're not super broken, like, Girati or whatever the fuck.
Key takeaways, fuck the meta. Like, straight up. Fuck the meta. I think we're so focused on the meta. Like, people literally say if you're not running meta, you're throwing. And I think that's fucking bullshit. If something is out of the meta, it doesn't mean it's not good, right? 2 seasons ago, H2 basically ran perma-beggars. So key takeaway, definitely fuck the meta. Don't let the meta define how you play.
Would I suggest trying comp? Well, this is an obvious answer for me, but absolutely. It's not just about the game mode that I prefer, it's like, get 5 friends, pick a class, you go, it's just fun. I don't know, it's, in my opinion, the most fun way to play TF2. Don't just play lobbies, like, try and enter the league. And if you ever get to go to a LAN as well, playing there is really fun. It's just, you get a lot more enjoyment out of it. I think TF2 can be way more enjoyable than just your try-hard pubbing, you know?
I would definitely suggest trying competitive, because a lot of pubbers have really strong opinions on Sixes and Sixes players and Sixes bands, but they've never actually played it. And if you want to be a Sixes hater, you know, yeah, fucking go for it. Go right ahead. I'm kind of with you. There's a lot of things I don't like about Sixes as well. But you can't be a Sixes hater whilst you sit in your Uncle Topia server shooting rockets at doorways, because you just have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry, but you don't. If you don't personally like Sixes that much after playing it, that's fine, that's great, but the reason people play it is because they think it's fun. Yo! The reason people play it is because TF2 has an insanely high skill ceiling, and you can be insanely good with the mechanics of this game. You've just watched a video that's like 2 hours long of like a whole Sixes team having fun playing the game. So I don't know, maybe you'd like it too. You should try it, rather than just think that competitive players are miserable bastards that hate TF2.
Some people say that competitive TF2 is where fun goes to die. I don't think that's true. This is the most fun I've had in a season. Try it, and then you can form your opinion afterwards.
Hopefully this video has shown you that competitive can be enjoyable, and seeing footage of us having fun for multiple weeks can be a testament to that. Just like everything, you get out what you put in. Try playing in a league and find what part is the most fun for you, whether it be trying hard to improve and climb up through the divisions, or off-classing and messing around while not taking it too seriously. If you're unsure, get a group of friends or like-minded people and give it a try. It can be a lot of fun. A lot of people who have tried competitive and hated it unfortunately had teammates who they were just not on the same page with, and they seem to conflate not liking their team atmosphere with not liking competitive as a game mode. And if you're a pub stomper or anyone who wants to challenge themselves against stronger players, then playing in a league is a really good outlet for that competitive spirit.
For a wee game of Sixes. The clock is counting down. You're breathing deep and look around, but I'm a blur and making my escape. 'Cause I'm on my way. I'm already in motion. Eventually I'm closing in on whatever challenge lies ahead. Can't stop to hear what you just said. I'm faster than the sound. Get out my way.
What the fuck?
When obstacles appear, don't hesitate. You must switch gears. Find an opening and overcome your fear. I'm on another level. You could never bring me down. I'll keep on running.
Bye-bye!
And I'm standing high above the ground. Feel the engine and the heat. I gotta lean into the speed. 'Cause I'm on another level.
No, I'm not a casual TF2 player, and I hate Highlander as well. Yeah, it just doesn't interest me at all. I just got annoyed with there being loads of pyros just running around and constant engineers.
No!
On another level. You could
Thank you again to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. If you're new or haven't played in 6 months, use my link in the description or the pinned comment to claim a massive bonus pack for PCs and consoles. It includes everything on screen, and it's available for a limited time only. You can play War Thunder for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox and mobile. It's finally over. I did it. I've peaked. I'm never making something this large ever again. I've probably created the next big controversy as well. This entire culture war was caused by a company who modified this game in order to squeeze as much money as possible. Almost every mistake that was made with TF2 can be attributed to them, and I've grown tired of seeing players point at each other instead of pointing out our common enemy. It's especially baffling because casual players have had more influence over the game's updates than competitive players ever did. It reached a point where if you liked how TF2 was before, your only choices were to uninstall the game or become a 6v6 only player like Turbo. I still blame Valve though, as they're the ones who made the decision to focus on profits rather than maintaining a good game for what it was. I only got to experience early TF2 through leaked source code and mods. Most current players are like me and joined the game when it was already modified beyond repair. Hence, they only feel nostalgic towards a very different version of TF2, the post-free-to-play version. These players often lose track of what TF2 used to be and only see the game as a vehicle for slop, basically. On that note, the modding potential has exploded because of the new SDK. Maybe the game can be restored to what it used to be, before Valve started going off the deep end. It wouldn't have Demoknight of course, but weirdly enough, that's still interesting to me. Unfortunately, none of the mods I've looked into seem to be doing that. Even Gold Rush decided to add the Sandman, which I disagree with because that weapon marked the exact point where the game started to go off the deep end, but whatever, it's not my mod, it's their choice. I hope someone makes an actual faithful 2008 mod with quality of life improvements like adding hit sounds and so on. On the other hand, maybe the competitive scene could make a pro mod like Past Fortress or Project M for Smash. Maybe remove Pyro. I'm kidding. Kinda. You might be shocked that a Demoknight main is the one blowing the lid off on TF2's update history, but if I want to be truthful, I have to look past my own biases. Some people think Demoknight was bad for the game, and while I disagree, I had to play devil's advocate here. I had to put myself in the position of a 2007 old head, and see what I see, regardless of how ugly or inconvenient it is. Call it fence-sitting all you want, but as a competitive Demoknight player, where do you expect me to stand? Stomping bad players in Uncle Topia gets boring, and I get kicked from TF2 Center. I'm the most neutral I could possibly be. What I will say is that Valve is responsible for every debate, every problem, every issue. It's far too late for them to truly fix the game in its entirety because this would require the players to swallow their pride and admit that certain items are poorly designed, and as we've seen in the past, some people are really stuck on certain items. The best we can do as a community is take the game we have and try to make the most out of it while criticizing the company and not trying to blame everything on fellow players. Oh shit, patrons. Special thanks to Anfo, Boop1987, Hukario, MicroX3, Quarter, Then XY, and Zuri is Dead.